This is a Miami Sports Music Podcast Network production. This is the #1 Miami fan morning show. Clock Blockers, let's go.
I know the whole city right here. A little early, it's a bit surprising. Business moves, now we enterprising. Switch it up, now we improvising. Go to get in the winter column. Whole squad been trained to go. Fence for life, we throw the foe. Singing this just a welcome, bro.
What up, baby?
Time to grind, time to shine.
It's Wildin' Out Wednesday. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Super excited to be hanging out with y'all today. I am pumped up. It's the best day of the week. It's hump day. What's up, baby? 305 in the building. How y'all doing today? I am your host, Stephen D. Welcome to Clock Blockers, the #1 Miami fan morning show here. What is going on? Good morning, good morning, good morning to my Finlaws and my family. Super excited to be hanging out with y'all today. I am Stephen Daniels. You can follow me on all social media at Stephen D SKPL. Spread kindness, positivity, and love. You can also follow Miami Sports Music everywhere at Miami Sports Music, except on Twitter where we are at MIA Sports Music. Okay? Make sure you do that. Okay? Big deal. Big deal. Also, hey, look, hit the like button. Just hit the like button. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything. Already 30 of you in the building. Hit the like button, please. Just hit it. Just tap it. Whatever you got to do, just make it happen. Hit the like button. Also, if you want to subscribe to the channel, make sure you subscribe to the channel because it helps. We need to grow. We can't grow without your help. And it's free to subscribe. And when you do, make sure you hit the bell notification. That way you get notified anytime we go live or Solo D drops some new music or whatever it is we're doing here on the Miami Sports Music Podcast Network. You get notified. Make sure you subscribe to the channel today. If you want to sign up to become a member of the channel, the official member, like my man, Lewis, Big Lou, that's Cap. He said, let's effing go. It's Wildin' Out Wednesday. Can't wait with his 12-month membership. Lewis, thank you for being part of the family. And my man Cruz Ruiz said 20 mother effing months in this B. You ain't gonna get me with the swear jar today. That ain't happening. And then Adam Sadowski says, fins up, y'all. Fins up with his 10-month membership. Guys, become a member like my 3 guys here today, like Adam, Cruz, and Lewis. If you want to sign up, become a member in the description below. As a matter of fact, I'm just going to drop the link in the chat. That way you guys don't even have to look for it. I'm going to make it easy for you guys. Join the channel, become a member today. There are plenty of seats waiting at the table for you. I would love to get 3 new members to the channel today. Can I get 3 new members? I had 3 people do their anniversary chats. I want 3 new members to the channel today. I challenge you. Let's go. 3 new members. Sign up today. Become part of the family. Would love to see it. Also, hey, look, if you want to help the channel grow by donating, lots of different ways you can do that, man. You can help the channel grow by donating by using the YouTube Live Super Chat, which is the $sign below the bottom of the chat. Okay, it's got that little box there with the $sign in the middle. Click it. You can do super chat. You can do super sticker, whatever it is. You can support the channel in monetary and also, say something awesome. Like, Steven, you're absolutely amazing. Or, Steven, I don't know what I would do without you in the mornings. Or, Steven, you're like a cup of Folgers. The best part of waking up is clock blockers in my cup. Whatever it is. Just make sure you guys help the channel grow by donating if you're able to, okay? If you're able to. Look, if you don't want to use YouTube, but you still want to give monetarily, you can use the Cash App that we have, $sign MSM Podcast Network, or use the QR code that's right on your screen. Or you can also use PayPal, which is also MSM Podcast Network, or use the QR code that's right on your screen, all right? Want to give a big shout out to sponsors of the show. Let's see, man. We have ZSM Sports. ZSM Sports, the #1 place To get your cards, jerseys, balls, and hard-to-find items, make sure you follow ZSM Sports today. Lime, less is more events tickets. They are the best place to get tickets for less than the competition, allowing you to have more fun. If you want tickets to anything this year, you go to Lime Tickets or at Less is More Events. Give them a call at 202-930-3533. They have absolutely zero service fee. So if you need tickets to anything this year, Lime is your place to do it at. Shout out to Lime. Super excited to be working with them this year for a lot of the events that we're doing on the away with Baltimore and Washington and Philly. We're working with them to provide the tickets for us for those events. So we're excited about it. It's going to be a lot of fun. Tailgreeter, download the app today on your current Crapple or Android device today. Make sure you do it. It's free. It doesn't cost anything, or go to the website. And when you do go to the website, I want to remind you all, we got the Baltimore beatdown, the Washington FedEx takeover, and the Philadelphia Philly Finvasion. We have everything for these events, right? We got the Saturday night meet and greet, the game tickets, the all-inclusive tailgates. We even have, partners up with, hotels in these cities. It's awesome. So make sure you guys check them out today, because we're excited, man. We got a lot of really cool stuff that we're doing here at Miami Sports Music and Tailgreeter, and it's going to be a lot of fun. All right. Now that we got that out the way, we got about 50 of y'all in the building. Make sure you guys hit the like button, share the link, let people know that we're live. Okay? We can't do it without you. It is Wildin' Out Wednesday. Wildin' Out Wednesday, a DolFan controlled panel show, and sometimes it's not controlled, let me tell you. There are rules, there are levels to this and how this works, all right? So let me explain to you, Wildin' Out Wednesday, for those of you who've never been or hung out on the show on Wednesday, it's totally different from the other days of the week. We allow everybody to come up on the panel, and sometimes we have a full panel of 10 people, all right? And it's absolutely utter chaos, right? And sometimes when that happens, I try to bring them all back down to earth, but sometimes it doesn't work, because it is a show made for the fans by the fans. All right. Now, here's the rules. If you're a non-Miami Dolphin fan and you get up here, you can be voted off at any time. You can't even be really kicked off. All right. Now, if you are not liking what somebody's saying, or you're just sick of hearing somebody, or whatever it is, you have a chance to control the narrative of this show today. Why? How is that? Well, let me explain to you how we do. We have official timeout and ban rules, all right? Now, remember, this is for fun and supports the channel. We want you to enjoy. Don't take it personally, all right? It's a great way for the channel to grow, all right? And we can't do that without your help, all right? There's different tiers. If you donate $10 to the channel, it's a 10-minute timeout, which means if somebody's talking and you donate 10, they're out for 10 minutes, all right? And that includes me. I can be 10-minute timed out when we get the full panel on, all right? And then we also have a $50 day ban. If you really don't want to hear what people are talking about, you can go ahead and ban them for the day at $50, all right? And then we have a week-long ban at $100 and a month-long ban at $250. Now, you or someone on your behalf can pay to bring you back once that happens. The original person who banned or timed out can no longer ban or time out at the level that they banned them on. So, for example, if somebody 10-minute times you out and somebody pays $20 to bring you back, the person that 10-minute timed you out, they can't time you out at 10 minutes anymore. If they want to keep doing it, they got to move up. They got to keep moving up, okay? So, remember, they must move up to the next tier, but anyone else can ban or time out you at any level. Now, swear jars in full effect, just like it is each and every day for the most part, but a couple different ways you guys can get rid of the swear jar. Number one, if somebody donates $100 to the show, it's gone for the day for the full panel. If somebody wants to just get rid of them, $25 gives you a swear jar pass for you personally for the day, okay? So if you want to cuss and you want to make it rain with F-bombs or whatever it is, you want to be like, you stupid mother, I can't stand your stupid mother, I hate stupid mother jet fit, okay? Whatever you want to do, okay? $25 gives you a swear jar pass for the day, but if you don't use Swear Jar Pass and you cuss, once you get up to $5, and it's $1 per cuss word, except the F word, which is $2. All right. At $5, I got to kick you out till you pay your Swear Jar tab up. All right. So just remember all that. So a lot of rules there. A lot of rules. Chef Shu says he's watching out for the Swear Jar payments today. All right. Are y'all ready? Are y'all ready to do this? I just had a new member to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. Triple S Podcast is in the building as an official member of the channel. Shout out to Triple S Podcast. Super excited that you're here, Triple S. Thank you for signing up and becoming a member, man. Welcome back to the family. All right, that's one. We need to get 2 more people. You want to sign up? Get up here, okay? Want to get 2 more people into the family. All right. All right, here we go. Are y'all ready? Are y'all ready? I'm dropping the link. I am dropping the link for y'all today. Y'all can get up here. This is y'all's show. I don't even really do anything in the mornings except just hang out with y'all. That's the best part of doing this show on a week in, week out basis. And it's Wildin' Out Wednesday. I'm super excited. All right. What's going on? Did y'all watch the All-Star game last night? I did. A lot of fun. National League finally won for the first time in 13 years. So I did that last night. And then I've been playing MLB 22 on the Nintendo Switch for 2 days now. I'm all about it, man. Love it. If you guys hit me up on the Switch, we can play against each other. I don't know how you could. I don't think you can play against each other in MLB any other way, but it was still a lot of fun, man. I had fun watching it. Stack says I need Noob to come back to call out the Swear Jar. Shout out to Noob wherever he is. Who else is up in here this morning? Guys, I put the link in the chat. Get up here. This is y'all's show. Let's do it, man. Let's do it. Is this Estefan? Estefan.
What's up, Steven?
I saw the San Antonio Spurs thing, and I was like, this must be Estefan.
I just want to say, sleep with 2 eyes open. I told all y'all your worst nightmare is happening in San Antonio. Y'all can try to clown all y'all want, but y'all know what's about to happen.
My guy, that's not going down. Did he have the worst summer league appearance so far this year?
Yeah, that's what you casual Heat fans would think because you guys don't know nothing about a system. Y'all like to go out and get everybody's blue chip players and do super team.
I don't know if you know what time it is in Miami, but it's about to be Dame time. Okay.
Yeah. Says who? I'll believe it when I see it. Oh, but anyways, so that's exactly what I'm talking about. All y'all know is go get as many superstars as you can and try to win a title because you can't do it on your own. Because you can't create a system like we do. You can't draft players and
Greg Popovich
and develop players the way we do. So anyways,
bad.
Just wanted to stop by to say, don't ever compare Spoelstra to Pop. Y'all ain't never gonna be us. Y'all ain't nothing to us. Y'all ain't nothing but peasants. I just like to tell y'all that. And sleep with 2 eyes open. You're welcome.
Hey, they said you can't spell worst. You spelled worst with an E at the end of it. Where did you go?
Don't worry about it. All right.
Did you go to public school?
And Jolie took over in the morning. What are you talking about? And then you're doing a swear jar.
Lewis, what's wrong with you? Get this man, Lewis. Let him know, Lewis. Tell him. Tell him his San Antonio 11.
Swear jar on Wildin' Out Wednesday, man. You crazy. What's wrong with you, Steven?
Is that Estefan that I hear?
That's Estefan that you hear, my guy.
Is that Estefan with that bird chest? Does he have his bird chest out because of Wimbenyama? Is that what he's doing right now? Is he poking that bird chest out because of Wimbenyama?
He's trying to act all big and stuff, but what he don't know is it's about to go down, man. Nobody's scared of San Antonio right now, please. Please, ain't nobody scared of them right now. Let me bring on Big Philly and Dade County WAP. Good morning, guys. What's up?
Yo. Hey, last time I checked, he'd have the most undrafted.
Hey, fellas, I got to get back to work, Steven. I just want to tell everybody that y'all suck.
Oh, yeah, run now. Yeah, you better run.
Yeah,
you better. Yeah, you better.
Brother, thank you for coming in and poking your head in this morning, brother.
All right, Esther.
All right, hey, guess what? The man, the myth, the legend himself, ladies and gentlemen, Pete's Takes is in the building. What's up, Pete? How are you, buddy?
Uh-oh.
I'm really excited. What I'm about to bring to the table. I know there's a small chance, but I'll be here for it. What's up, fellas?
What's going on, man? We got Dade County WAP. Dade, what's up, man? How are you, brother?
Oh, bro, I swear I was going to literally just watch today, but I'm not going to let Esther just sit up here and lie. Hey, bro,
right?
You literally just had the logo tell you who was the best coach he's ever seen in his life.
Eric Spoelstra.
All right, then. So we're done. I'll be listening. I'll just listen. Y'all boys got it.
But if the Spurs are so good, why did they have a top pick?
Dave, you don't like Wildin' Out Wednesday because you're one mic, guys, one mic.
No, it ain't even that. I got a lot of work today. I ain't even gonna cap to you, but he was just
Lewis sounds suspect. Lewis,
that's cat. That's cat.
All right, fine. I'll be up here. I'll put my job on the line for y'all. Go ahead, come on.
He sounding like he's scared, Steven. I don't know.
Hey, look, if the shoe fits, I'm just saying it's Wildin' Out Wednesday. I mean, if you know the smoke is real, okay, it's real.
Hey, all you gotta say is the word boogeyman, and Dave starts running.
Oh,
I start running. Lewis, are you gonna sit here and lie to
do him like that? Hey, Man's Chill.
As far as I'm concerned, I'm the one that been running people up out of here the last couple of days.
Man's Chill says, "Hey Pete, just don't speak on the Dolphins. Anything else you say is good, though."
Oh, he liked when I said the Spurs weren't that good because they have a top pick. Like, it makes no sense to me. I never heard of a team being so good if they have a top pick.
Cesar Diaz says the Spurs.
It's defensive. They know how to
Spurs
build.
are the Arby's of the NBA. Yeah, that's a good one. I do like that. The Spurs are the Arby's of the NBA.
Oh, damn.
He said, Cruiser Wing says, Pop constructed the a decade plus NBA championship program. Apparently, 120-pound forward from France is the key. Man, they out here wilding against the Spurs, boy.
You literally came up here and started lying.
That's true.
Oh, we trade for all the best players, bro. We've been playing with free agent players for the last how long? And we made it to the finals. What is Pop's excuse for the last 4 seasons?
He doesn't have one. He doesn't have one at all. Man,
I don't know what else to be talking about, bro.
I miss him. Samaj, what's up, brother?
What's up, fellas? How y'all doing this wonderful morning?
What's going
Hands
on,
up,
baby?
buddy.
What's going on, boss?
Look at man, I'm playing Chef Boyardee this morning. You know what I'm saying, for my babies.
I'm sure you and Von Joe are probably doing the same thing this morning out there, cooking. Von Joe's somewhere cooking his chicken bacon, whatever that is.
Hey, bro, I got some turkey sausage, bro. You can't even tell it's turkey.
Turkey sausage? What's up? Chicken bacon, turkey sausage. What happened to real meat? Okay, pork. All right. What?
Man, people are trying to live long, Steven.
Hey, y'all can live long by eating all that crap. I'm gonna be a big guy, but I'm gonna eat good though. I'm gonna eat some real food. Turkey.
I got the pork right there, Steven. I got enough pork.
Okay, all right. You were scaring me for a second, Samaj.
That's why we big motherfuckers.
Big Philly, baby. What's up?
That's why we big motherfuckers.
Hey,
too much pork.
I'm just
saying. Switch it out for some turkey bacon.
Hey, boy, the Jimmy Dean sausage is some grown men.
Hey, we not Jimmy Dean's. Come on, man.
Man, I'm trying to take. Hey, man, don't
I ain't gonna lie. I'll be fucking with. Excuse my language, but I'll be messing with the sandwiches. The Jimmy Dean.
The Jimmy Dean Hey, Samaj, where are you from?
Man, I'm from Delray Beach, Florida, baby. I'm a straight Florida boy. Okay. I was born in Belgrade, man. I'm a mug baby.
Okay,
so from up.
Technically, you from the South, all right? Now, I know Florida's not really considered the South, but it is the South. And
Southern state doesn't make sense to me, but okay.
It is the South.
Yeah.
Florida is not the South, guys. I just need y'all to know that. It's not.
No, I know we're not considered the South, but we're the most southern state, so please make that make sense.
I'm in Broward right now, though, man. I'm in Deerfield Beach right now.
You see, y'all wrong. South Florida is not considered the South, but if you go to Northern Florida,
yeah, man.
Northern Florida,
Northern Florida country as hell.
Yeah, y'all tripping. South Florida's not.
I lived in Jacksonville. I'm getting some feedback from somebody. I don't know if it's Samaj. Hello. No, it's not Samaj. It's Dade. Dag on it, Dade. Dade out here messing stuff up. Anyways, I lived in Jacksonville, and that's Northern Florida. And let me tell y'all something. That's not the South. I just need y'all to know that. Okay. The South is Georgia, Mississippi, Alabama, North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia. Okay. below the Mason-Dixon line for the most part. Although I live below the Mason-Dixon line, and I don't think Maryland's the South, but that's just me.
But Steven, you lived in a major city, though. That's the thing. Major cities ain't going to experience that. But let me tell you something. You drive outside of Orlando, 45 minutes, like in Eustis, like those little small towns.
Oh, yeah, that's a wrap.
You see them Confederate flags and
that's
the
it.
2024 flags and all that other stuff.
That's because they migrated from the South
they there, though.
there.
But they there, though.
They are not the true South, all right?
Well, I don't know,
Diaz says Gainesville, Florida is the South.
hey, he's not lying, bro. Gainesville is nothing but the University of Florida.
Manny B says Florida is for sure the South. Oh, man, y'all killing me. Y'all killing me. I can't stand it.
Steven, you don't have to say so, bro. You're not even from down here. You can't judge us.
You could.
I hear you, baby boy.
All right, let's get into some talk, guys. So I've watched, a few different Dolphins platforms over the last week or so. And I think the number one argument that people are having at this time of the year in January is ultimately, I don't think this has been how it's explained, but everything that I'm reading is the Dolphins have not done enough this offseason. What do you guys think? Have the Dolphins done enough this offseason to make sure that they are going to do everything they need to do to win when it comes to December and January and ultimately maybe even February? What do you guys think? I'll let anybody go first. Don't all raise your hands at once.
Go, Pete. Go, Pete. Give it to us raw.
I appreciate that. I'm not gonna lie, Steven. I don't know who you've been looking at, but if you at least been watching my tweets, I'm still standing on my leg, bro. Like, you know what's been on my mind? I just sat back for like a week. I was quiet. I was mum on the whole situation, trying to see which fan will actually try to push this Matthew Stafford, who's in trade conversations, to the Miami Dolphins.
Jesus
like, let's
Christ.
no, man. Like, this is the reality, bro. And this is the reality. I don't want to hear, and you know what, Steven? I don't want to hear any fan come at me and try to fit the numbers. Ain't none of you guys know general managers. You guys don't know salary cap either, trying to get it from me like I'm a general manager. All I know is for a fact that if healthy, I know what quarterback gives me Super Bowl inspirations on my team. And they could say he's old. They could say he's not. I love Skyler. But you know what? Skyler can learn a thing or two from Matthew Stafford. We should pull that trade. That should be the fan journey. I don't want to hear no homegrown guy in Dalvin Cook. No, give us the real deal and give us the quarterback that we've been needing for a year, bro. If it's going to be for a year, why not better than Stafford? Maybe he could teach a thing or two to Tua. One team is clearly rebuilding.
On July 12th with Tua as our quarterback, talking about another quarterback.
No.
Training camp hasn't started, bro.
No,
anything
Steven,
can happen.
it's one person.
It's one
person.
Y'all,
okay.
it's
One
one
person.
person talking about.
Ain't your main thing about Tua is that he's injury prone? What is Matthew Stafford?
Injury prone.
No,
all right then. So what are we talking about, Pete?
Who is they? Oh, you're talking to me?
Yes.
Hey, Dave.
That's not my only thing.
Hey,
injury prone isn't the only concern I have, buddy. Where'd you hear that at?
And make sure nothing else is, no YouTube or other stream thing is on. Dave, go out and come back here because we're getting feedback every time
Dave, you killing the vibe right now, Dave.
Y'all boy the rough.
Oh, Miami Sports Music's #1 Miami fan morning show, Clock Blockers, right here on the Miami Sports Music Podcast Network. Hit the like button, donate to the channel, help the channel grow. Can't grow without your help. Remember, bans and timeouts are in full effect. Swear jars in full effect. You can get your swear jar pass for $25.
Yeah, I got to have it.
100 swear jars gone for the day, whatever it might be. Dave, you out here messing up the vibe. Lewis said you ain't gonna let him talk to you like that.
Well, I just got back. What happened?
See, Lewis, he ain't even paying attention now. He ain't even paying attention.
I just had to leave and come back. What are y'all talking, bro?
You fixed your thing though.
And that's really all the thing right now. I just want Stafford in Miami. That's just where I stand.
What a surprise!
Wait.
What a surprise!
Did Pete answer what? Did Pete answer what I asked?
No. What did you ask?
You didn't ask. You said.
Okay, well, same thing. Did you acknowledge it?
What was
I
the
completely disagree with that. Everybody here knows that
But you
health is
always
not the
complain
only
about Tua
concern that I
being
have with
injury
Tua.
prone. But if Tua's always injury prone, and that's your always argument against him, but you want to go get another injury prone
This
quarterback,
is there is
make
no
that make
debate
sense for
here.
me.
There is no debate here that when healthy, you can't even talk about which quarterback is better. It's not a debate. It's not close. Stafford gives us that Super Bowl
Tua looked better
chase.
last year healthy.
No, he
Healthy
don't.
when he
No,
Tua
he
was
don't.
healthy, he looked better. He looked better than
No, he
Stafford
don't.
last year healthy. Yes, he did.
Hey, I check. Was it?
Somebody
We
broke
got to
up. I don't
chase
know who was
this and
trying
we
to
got to
talk.
make it happen. I know it's impossible, but the organization
Y'all are
needs to listen
weird,
to the
bruh.
options they have. These are options we consistently pass on. We
Marino's
could have had
go.
Justin Fields.
Marino's
Like,
go. Breaking news. Adam Schefter saying NFL and NFL Films have selected the New York Jets to serve as this year's team on Hard Knocks. Yes, that was released in the
But
last
that's
30 minutes.
That's
I'm
great.
surprised we didn't get that.
No, we
Hopefully we
don't
put
want
it
we
on
knew
Hard
that for
Knocks next
we
season.
knew that for a couple weeks though.
I do want it.
We already knew
We
that for a
don't
couple
want it.
weeks
You
though.
know why? You know why we don't want it? Every team that's been on Hard Knocks Life have not made the playoffs. Every team.
Yep.
Has
Every
there
team.
ever, hold up, hold up. Is
The
that
Jets
true?
actually made
Has
the
every
Jets.
team
No,
that's
no,
been
no.
on
Every
Hard Knocks
team.
ever made the playoffs?
Every
The
team.
Jets made the AFC Championship after the season on the Hard Knocks.
That's
Wait,
not. I don't think that's true.
Rex Ryan?
Mark
Yeah,
Sanchez.
Rex Ryan and Mark Sanchez.
Okay,
But
well, they're the only one
that
then.
wasn't
Look it
the
up.
year after they
Yeah,
went to
when
the
we
AFC
had
Well,
it,
that
we
doesn't
tanked
help
our
us when the
season.
Jets are the ones this year,
Did
Samaj.
you have what?
If they're the only exception to this rule and they're picked, that sucks. That's not good for us, Samaj. So it doesn't matter. It's the Jets.
Man, look, man,
What
the
I've been
Jets
trying to
always
tell you,
gonna be
bro. The Jets
second
are going to
fiddle to
win the
us,
division.
bro. Jets always gonna be second fiddle to us,
I'm gonna be
bro.
real. I'm not scared of
I
that.
want to take that bet, Pete. If you're willing to make a bet, I'm willing to take that bet right now that the Jets win the division.
Big D, come on, let's go.
You say it a lot of times, Pete, but put your money behind where your mouth is.
He's calling you
Oh
out.
no, my money will be behind my mouth. I will put a slip and it will be shown. I got $1,000 and I will put it on the Jets winning this division, and I will show the
Hold
slip.
up, hold up.
Easily.
That's weird, bro. That's weird energy, bro. I don't get it, bro.
Why? How is
what
that
the-
weird energy when you just feel as a fan what team is gonna win you money? What team is better organized right now? That's just the
I
reality
mean,
of
if you
it. Their
think
general manager hit on damn near all their picks, and they knew they flopped on their quarterback, and they made the move that we
Put some
botched
money
on.
on it.
Didn't we?
Put
Could
some
have
money
went
on
and got.
it. Be quiet.
Did they
You
hit on their
you
first
you, you
round?
ain't doubt it.
Did they hit on their first round pick this year? Did they hit on that one? Did they hit
We'll
on that
find
guy?
out. We'll
They
find out.
say the guy was considered a second round or third round prospect, and they got him at 15 overall. Is that a hit? Does that
come
sound
on,
like
Pete,
a
man,
guy?
cut that out,
I don't
bro.
know, but there's
Does that
been
sound like a
prospects.
guy?
I mean, I don't know. It doesn't matter where you get selected; it's
but
how you
that's
perform.
that's not what you said though. You said they hit on all their draft picks, and what I'm saying is the
I
Jet
said the
fans
recent ones, the team built, the recent ones.
and the most
Shit, Pete,
recent one
15 is recent.
and the most
But
recent
based
one was
on
the
what
one
we
this year.
saw, already as a Jet, that's new. There's no film on
I
that
don't
guy. It's all
know.
projection.
Unless you're a Jet fan, Pete, I'm gonna listen to the real Jet fans, and they were all telling me that guy's trash. So
Oh, Pete
unless
One
might
you're
be
a
a
guy,
Jet
Jet
fan,
fan.
but that's one rookie guy.
What
Pete, you're
about the
gone for
quarterback?
20 minutes. He
Oh,
gone.
good
I
job.
don't know
Tell
if
him,
y'all
Lewis.
realize this yet.
Tell him, Lewis.
it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous out here, man. What is
Hey,
Pete doing?
man.
Yeah, he
Hey, man,
just lost $1,000, bro. That's all I know.
hey,
He
man,
about to lose
sometimes I
$1,000.
really think Pete is not a Dolphin fan. But I know he loves the
I
Dolphins. I
think that
know he
all the
does.
time, Samaj. I
I
think
mean,
that all the time, Samaj.
it just messes my head up.
Just, you're back in 20 minutes, Pete. Just so you know, Lost Dolphinette. I can't say the name. Daggone it. Dolphin Maniacs says Pete the anti-Finrist.
No. He loves the Dolphins, bro. He loves the Dolphins. I just don't think he just messed me up sometimes.
Pete from Bill's Mafia rooting for the Jets. Raul said.
That's
Oh,
crazy.
y'all
That's
out
crazy.
here. Chef Sue said, "That's right, OG Aldo." Wayne said, "Thank you, Aldo." Marino,
I
Hey,
just
I'm
want to
sorry,
know.
bro. I still
Shout
can't
out
get
about
over
that 20
you
piece.
said that, bro.
Good job.
I
Good
can't.
job, Aldo.
Pete,
You're a good one.
Pete brought up Matthew Stafford, and it was nonsense. Let's start off the show the right
is
way.
anybody else having that conversation besides Pete
No.
Lewis?
No. Pete's the only one.
I don't know if you realize
the first
this,
time I've heard it.
Pete wants
Pete
any
is the only
quarterback other than Tua. So he's
Hey,
willing
I
to
just
take
wanna
any
get-
quarterback other than Tua.
I just want to get into something that's more realistic. I had a debate the other day on Monday with Stephen D, with Dade County, and they were telling me about all these other offers for Dalvin Cook. And Dade came up and he had sent me in the morning the Boomer Esiason video. And when I brought it up, remember Dade, we were up here on Monday, and Dade said, well, let's wait till 2, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, because I was like, well, Boomer Esiason's saying it. But no Adam Schefter, no Ian Rappaport, no Tom Pelissero, none of those guys were.
Yeah.
And Dade County told me, well, let's wait till 2 or 3, maybe 4 o'clock, because it happened early in the morning. We're now at Wednesday, and we haven't heard a damn thing about it. So
And you won't.
where the hell are the damn offers for Dalvin Cook? Where are those offers at?
Minnesota gave him
first
a
off, you
$7
can't make
million
it seem like I said it was a legit thing. I said we gotta wait just to see. Okay, we waited and we saw. So I'm right back on your thing. I believe that there's only been one offer.
Thank you. That's all I wanted. I'm good.
all right,
I'm good.
You making it seem like I was fighting with you, bro. You tripping?
Nah, Dave. That was more for Stephen D. That was more for Steve.
All right, bet.
Answer my question, though. Have the Dolphins done enough this offseason to make it that they can win in December, January, and possibly February?
Yes. Yes, they have.
They got arguably a top 3 corner, right? Everybody is high. They got the number 1. If we're talking about free agents, free agents don't mean just on the field.
Right.
Wasn't Vic Fangio a free agent?
Yes, he was.
Anybody could have got him. They're telling me besides Bill Belichick, Vic Fangio is one of the greatest defensive minds this game has ever seen. Am I correct with that?
Yes.
That's what they say.
And where's he coaching at?
Miami.
We've had the biggest improvements this offseason. Who's gotten more better than the Miami Dolphins this offseason?
Nobody.
I mean, I don't think anybody else has. But
okay. So what are we talking about?
Now, Lewis, to be fair, people will argue that the Jets did. I don't think they have.
By getting a 40-year-old quarterback?
That's what I think. I agree with you. I'm not saying no.
That has been washed up? Nah, bro. Nah.
That was getting outplayed by Tua till Tua got hurt.
We're gonna break Aaron up this year, man. We're gonna break the old man up. So I'm not even worried about that.
Is there any other team this offseason that had a better offseason than the Dolphins? That's interesting. Detroit had a good draft.
Detroit Lions.
Detroit had a nice one.
Detroit had a really good draft.
The Ravens had a
the
good offseason.
Philly had a real good draft.
Forget about Philly. Philly had a good draft.
Philly had a good draft.
Yeah,
but they did the draft, right? We did free agency. We improved in the coaching staff. We improved on the field.
We didn't get a draft
through the draft. It wasn't as good as Detroit and Philly, but it was still.
We had to do that. We didn't have no picks. Shit.
Look, I think my personal opinion is the Dolphins did get better this offseason. Now, to answer my own question, have they done enough to win in December, January, and possibly February? I still am very nervous about the offensive line. I just am. And because I think, we talk about all the time about, the Dalvin Cook situation and saying, hey, look, you don't need a bell cow running back to win a Super Bowl. Go look at the last 10 Super Bowl winners. Well, I say to you guys, go look at the last 10 Super Bowl winners, and all of them had stud O-lines. They had great O-lines. And so, that's the one thing that the Dolphins do not have. And so that makes me nervous about winning a Super Bowl, because that is a difference between the last 10 Super Bowl winners and what the Miami Dolphins have right now.
That linebacker depth, I think, worries me a little bit. But I think in the offensive, in terms of offensive line,
Irving, I'm getting a big echo from you, man. Is this Irving Spider-Man?
Irving, bro. Every day with you, bro.
Bro, Irving's mic is horrible.
I'm not talking about
I got a question for Dave.
Does anybody else disagree or agree with me? I mean, does that thought process make sense for you guys?
The offensive line is the biggest concern, in my opinion. It always has been. So
Yeah,
The
them and the
offensive
I
line,
linebacker.
talked about it
the
yesterday.
offensive line wasn't a problem last year. The offensive line wasn't a problem last year.
I mean,
Says
how
who?
can you say that? Yes, it
Says
was.
who,
No, it
bro?
wasn't. No, it wasn't. Where again?
Not
Tua,
Wait,
Tua
not
wait,
in
wait,
the
wait,
pass
Tagovailoa,
wait,
rush
wait, wait,
aspect
wait,
so
wait, wait,
much,
Tua,
Lewis,
wait.
but in the run game for sure.
Tua
Let Lewis
Tagovailoa,
finish. Let Lewis finish.
Tua Tagovailoa did not get hurt by the
Yeah.
offensive line, and that offensive line, I don't care how y'all slice it, what you think, I don't care about feeling. The Miami Dolphins average 4.9 yards a carry. If you can't, if your offensive line is getting you creating enough holes for you to average 4.9 yards a carry, that again, I'm not a math major. I know 2 times 5 is 10. Every 2 downs, there if you run the ball consistently with your coach, the coach didn't blame the offensive line. The coach didn't blame none of these running backs. The coach blamed himself.
Yes,
Why
he
we
did.
sitting here? Why we still talking about the offensive line? He didn't say nothing. Whether the offensive line was fine. The
Well,
offensive line again didn't do nothing wrong.
to be fair, a little bit to Lewis's point, any team that averages over 4.5 yards per carry is gold.
Thank
Like
you.
Well,
So what are we talking about?
let me say we didn't average over 4.5 yards a carry. Raheem Mostert averaged over 4.5 yards a carry. There was a time where we had Chase Edmonds and he was getting 2.9 yards a carry. There was a time
So
where we had, well, it's still
Well,
that time. Jeff
that
Wilson
sounds
averaged
like a
4.4 yards a carry.
Hey,
that
We
sounds like
so
a
let me
Chase.
ask y'all.
Rashad, close out everything and go back and come back in. Close out everything because I'm
That
getting
sounds
that.
like a Chase.
Let me ask y'all a true question then. So if Raheem Mostert was averaging 4.5 yards a carry, why do we need Dalvin Cook?
We don't need him.
We don't need it.
Great point, Big Philly.
Thank you, Lou.
Like I've
Thank
been
you,
saying all off season,
bro. We
Dalvin
don't
is
need
a
him.
need, not a. I mean,
He's a
Dalvin is
want.
not a need. He's a want.
Yeah, he's a
He's a
want.
want.
He's a luxury. Mudbone says 4.9 a carry, but not on 3rd and 1 or 4th and 1.
It don't matter. So okay, that's a situation. So what? I don't
Those
care
are
about
situational
situations.
football.
Yeah, that's a situation. So what? How many times on 5, 6, we didn't see Tua complete the pass? What are we gonna say? That Tua's not a bad quarterback, right? Are we gonna say that?
No.
Stop. Okay, so again, don't bring up situations. The fact of the matter is, throughout the season, they average the average at the end of the year. We always talk about numbers, right? You guys love numbers when it comes to Tua, which I'm starting to like too. The fact of the matter is, the running game averaged 4.5 yards a carry. That was the average. I don't care how y'all slice it. Y'all can say what y'all want. Y'all can be in your feelings if y'all want. The average turned out to be 4.5 yards a carry.
Gabriel Sosa said, Lewis, that's the pass game. We went through 3 quarterbacks twice last year.
I think with the running game, like in pass blocking, the offensive line was ranked in terms of pass block win rate. The offensive line was rated 24th with a pass block win rate of 55%. They also, but another thing was that they were also 17th in efficient in terms of efficiency. And if you isolate all the statistics, they only gave up 19 sacks. So pass protection was an improvement this season, but run blocking has got to get better. They were only 21st in the NFL in run blocking. They only 71% pass block win rate. The running game wasn't the problem in terms of like the running backs being the problem. I think just the run blocking up front is the problem. And the reason why I say this is because, and I always say this stat, I've said it many times, there's an imbalance with the run game, right? Because the Dolphins had the 6th highest percentage of runs that went for 2 to 3 yards per carry. But on the other extreme, they had the 12th highest percentage of runs that went for 10 yards or more. So what they do need to do is get better at and the Dolphins average, I think they were like almost like dead last when it came to averaging the NFL average of 4.5 yards per carry. In terms of their percentage of their runs. So I think that the run blocking needs to get better up front. You need guys that can pull. You need guys that can get better at getting to the second level, especially from the guard position, left guard in particular. I think when it comes to the outside zone scheme, Terran Armstead needs to get better in terms of leverage and he needs to get better at having his blocks more in front of him instead of getting out leverage at times when he is in those outside zone schemes. So I think just the run blocking in overall needs to get better, and I think even in the red zone, I think that's where we need to improve the efficiency in terms of running the football and getting into the end zone that way. So I just think that's what overall needs to improve. But I don't think, like, I think to Lewis's point, pass blocking wasn't really an issue. Like, I think when our offensive line was healthy, like Tua had a clean pocket, like, especially if you take the 5-game winning streak and put, like, as a sample size, like Tua pretty much had a clean pocket most of the time. So like I said, I think depth-wise, I think we need to, hopefully, if those guys get hurt, that's where our problems, maybe not at the guard position, but the tackle position is a little bit of a question mark. But if these guys stay healthy, right, and they just get another year into the system, I think the offensive line is not going to be a problem this year as it was a couple years ago. So I'm feeling pretty good on the offensive line. The linebacker depth is where I have the biggest question mark.
All right, hold on. Before we get into the linebacker, let me just carry on with this conversation because it's a good one. CB83 says 4.5 yards per carry, but can't score in the red zone because you can't run the ball.
Yeah, it's not even that. Those are two problems. You got two problems. You don't average. The percentage is very low when it comes to averaging 4.5 yards a carry, and you can't get into the red zone.
What I would say is for CB, right? Because he does watch a lot of film, especially on his platform, which is great. I would say
horrible attitude. Horrible attitude.
Hey, look, I don't judge people based off that. I just know he does it. You know what I'm saying? But what I would say is go back and watch. Is it really the running backs that can't find that gap?
Yeah, not that bacon out. There's some more bacon in there.
Or is it that the offensive line is not penetrating enough to open up those gaps for the running back when they're stacking the box like that?
It's definitely the offensive line.
DDG says line chemistry, O-line coach chemistry can't build when half of the O-line is in and out every few weeks.
That's
100%. Which affects the communication, which affects a lot of other things, especially when you're in the red zone and they're stacking the box. So
it's bad. It's bad to watch Connor Williams go forward and the rest of the offensive line just sit there.
All right, but so let me ask. I'll start with Lone Dolphin and then Triple S podcast because I haven't heard from you guys. What do you guys think about the concept of if we're talking about Dalvin Cook and you don't need a workhorse to win a Super Bowl? But we can also point to the last 10 years and say you do need a good O-line to win a Super Bowl. Do the Dolphins have a good enough O-line to win a Super Bowl? Triple S?
I'd like to think so, but I think we're in a place where the more we can add to the roster, no matter whether it's Dalvin, I think we should get Dalvin if we can afford Dalvin, which I think we can. I think we should get more offensive line depth. Maybe even a starting level, guard or tackle if we can. I think we're in a position where we should just be loading the roster with whatever we can get because nothing's guaranteed. Like, it's not like you could say, oh, we're guaranteed to have a good enough roster. You just want to keep improving your odds and your ability to win.
Andravia says, look around the league. Most teams don't have a healthy O-line of starters the whole season. It's life. Injuries do happen. I understand that concept, but I would say that, look at Kansas City. Kansas City has a good O-line most of the year.
They have a great O-line.
Yeah, Philadelphia, great O-line. One
of the best guards. Really good
we can say all we want about New England, and we all hate them, but man, for that 20-year run, they had a damn good offensive line, did they not? So, swear jar for me. But it's just something that I question and I scratch my head and I wake up uneasy about it at night because I'm like, I just don't know if the Dolphins have. I just don't know. I just don't know if they have a good enough O-line to win a Super Bowl.
But this is what I will pose.
Hey, Steven.
And want people to think about. Hold on, Crypto, real quick. If everybody is like we said, you can't find anybody that tell you that they don't want Dalvin. We all want him.
Yep.
But are y'all going to be happy with yourselves, or are you going to turn on Dalvin and say Dalvin's not good once he starts getting tackled in the backfield before he even get the handoff.
I'm
Great
turning
point.
on Dalvin.
I didn't even think about that part of it.
That's what I'm worried about.
I'm
not
turning on
gonna
Dalvin.
sit here and turn on Dalvin and get mad at Dalvin because our offensive line ain't holding up. Now you can get Dalvin, and I believe Dalvin does make your O line better, but to what extent? He can't do anything about the guard getting blown up and then somebody's in his lap before he can get a handoff. That's why we still worried about the O line. That's why I'm still worried about the O line.
Hey, Dave.
And Dave, that's a good point. I was going to piggyback on
Is Dalvin Cook better than
Steven
Raheem
said.
Mostert?
Yeah, Dalvin.
I would believe so. Yeah.
Okay. So if Dalvin's getting stuffed, I'm blaming Dalvin.
But so
and that's the problem.
But
you missed what he said, Rashad. If a guy's sitting in his lap before he get the handoff, then it's not the running back's fault.
How do you blame him if somebody?
Let Rashad answer.
That's not going to happen every play. It happened to Raheem Mostert. He still ended up with 900 yards. Dalvin should get 1,000 yards, 8 touchdowns.
I didn't say he wouldn't still produce.
Rashad, let me ask you a question. Remember when we for what, a good year we had a conversation about Deshaun Watson, and everybody always said, well, you can mask a bad O-line with a great quarterback, right? Like it can mask an inept O-line. Right. Can you mask an inept O-line or just an average O-line with somebody like Dalvin Cook?
I believe so.
The answer is to a certain extent. To a certain extent, yes. But he ain't gonna be able to carry it. He's not gonna be able to fix everything, bro.
I didn't say completely. I think the offensive line is masked by the receiving core. There's not an extreme pass rush. They're sending 4 people.
So what I'm hearing is
schematically, yes, Rashad. In theory, schematically, you're right, because the wide receivers draw a lot of gravity and attention, and they're only going to risk rushing 3 or 4 because they want to cover a lot in the secondary. But yeah, schematically, yeah, you're right.
Do you think, Crypto, do you think that's a reason why Chris Greer and Mike McDaniel aren't as keen on fixing the O-line the way we as fans definitely want them to, because they realize who's blitzing the Miami Dolphins this year with the weapons that they have at the outs?
Right. Yeah, that could be it too. Yeah, that could be it. That could be the reason why he said what he said in that press conference about, you guys are the ones that's worried about the offensive line more than we are. That could be it.
I get that, and I understand that. I just think for me and Lewis and Samaj, I asked both of you this. You look around the NFL, and consistency is the best key to winning all the time, right? Like being consistent and having great, personnel decisions. The guys were in the chat talking about Philadelphia and saying, well, they do get injuries, but their depth is great, right?
The depth is
injuries do happen. I agree with that, but
that's why I say 53-man roster over 22-man roster wins any day.
So,
that's been the blueprint for every Super Bowl champion.
I asked Samaj and Lewis, and I'll let you two go first. Can the Dolphins? The last thing I want is next year for us to be having a conversation about the reason we lost is the O-line, and that's part of my issue. And I don't know how you get around that conversation, with the exception of they make the right decisions this year and they win football games.
Hey, Stephen, I gotta tell you, Stephen, I just wanted to tell you because I'm doing good. Good morning, everybody. So, remember the last year that the Dolphins had finished 90 overall and just earned like a wild card berth because recently because they just achieved like the ranking despite 2 missing 4 regular season contests, because right now currently the defense is ranking over the number 18. So basically, it had a significant lead to the defense when it comes to things or changes. And there was one specific and they were ready to assert himself at amount to the best. Because after the last year effort, had the organization had part way to defensive coordinator Josh Boyer. But I think it is going to being Fangio is very different because it wasn't that really anyone like big. And that's because of the depth that they're playing for the Dolphins. But I think they easily had trended away when it comes to the defense and the online. But that basic philosophy is disguised to look better drop more defenders to be into the coverage, and they can force the quarterback into be patient with that potential of forcing into mistakes. I mean, while the system had the communication had to play a vital party, anything to success, that position was a position that would have been equally important.
Let me say the one thing I'll say, and this is just me. Tua doesn't have a problem with making mistakes. I'm not worried about Tua making mistakes. Tua doesn't throw many interceptions. He's pretty smart with the ball for the most part. He's had a few examples here and there that contradicts that, but for the most part, he's a guy who's very smart with the football, in my opinion. But you still need a good offensive line to be able to, give him the time in the pocket that he needs, right? For him not to be able to be forced out of the pocket and for him to be hit or taken down. Lewis, this is kind of a little bit of my problem with your statement saying the offensive line didn't have anything to do with Tua's injuries. The reality of the situation is, and people said this in the chat, you can't deny that the Dolphins went through 3 quarterbacks twice last year. And the offensive line takes blame for that. Some of the blame, not all of it, but
no, they don't.
Why
no,
not?
They don't.
They do.
Not directly.
Skylar Thompson.
No.
Can I argue with some people in the chat because again, they just out here talking just to talk. When Skylar Thompson got injured, it had nothing to do with the offensive line. The man had thrown the ball and his hand hit a helmet. That happened.
And if the offensive line was blocking properly,
whose helmet though?
Anywhere.
An old lineman's helmet.
Okay. When Teddy Bridgewater, right, got hurt against the Jets, they were going to blame that on the offensive line. They had a free
first play of the game. You damn right.
The first play of the game.
The first snap, nigga. What are you talking about?
Blitz, bro. That's a corner blitz.
It's a corner. Again, people just go crazy. Just like I said, just to talk. The guy came off the corner on just a free rush. Now, hold on. This is where I get y'all. Y'all the ones that told me Teddy Bridgewater wasn't injured. But now, since y'all want to have the scapegoat and tell me that the offensive line is the problem, which one is it for the guys in the chat that talk out of both sides of their fucking mouth?
Swear jar.
Sorry. You got to talk to idiots like that. Because the idiots were the ones telling me that Teddy Bridgewater wasn't hurt. But now they want to blame Teddy Bridgewater's fake injury on the offensive line. You can't make this stuff up.
I will say he wasn't hurt, but a sack is a sack.
Let me argue a little bit with you here, Lewis. I'm not saying it's 100% on the O-line. I think everybody shares some of the blame. But you have to say that the O-line played its part in the demise of the 3 quarterbacks twice.
No, it didn't.
Yes, the hell
Not
it
the
did.
Cincinnati one.
No, it didn't. No, it didn't.
I think
that Cincinnati game. So the
He didn't
Cincinnati
say
game.
he didn't say Cincinnati. Golly.
He just said somebody just said
Someone said not.
Somebody did just say
not.
it.
He said not that Cincinnati game. He said not
Yeah, that one.
Cincinnati
That one Tua
game.
just held the ball too long.
Yeah, we're gonna blame.
That was me
the
that said
offensive
that.
line.
That was at that game.
We're gonna blame the
Good
offensive line
Lord.
for Tua holding the ball for 9 seconds.
Irvin,
No, but Lewis, that's what they saying. It's not completely on the O line.
Yeah,
They still got plays a part in it. Is what they trying to tell you.
The fact of the matter is, you guys always try to blame a coach, an offensive line, a running back, a receiver, and this and that. You want to get down to the root of this whole conversation. We're gonna win games if Tua Tagovailoa stays healthy on the field. Period.
So
period.
Straight up.
No.
Straight up.
Period. Tua is the root of the problem. If Tua's on the field, we win. If Tua's off the field, we lose. Period.
I agree.
I
with
just
you.
talked about this
If
yesterday.
Tua's healthy
That's crazy.
and stays on the field, the Dolphins have every chance to go all the way to the Super Bowl and win.
Right.
Now, with
Right.
that being said, he hasn't done it in the last 5 years of his career.
That's crazy.
Can I ask you a question?
College.
Can I ask you a question, Stephen? Real quick, and then y'all can go bat it. When the Dolphins last year were 8-3, right? I believe Batman, because Batman is always the one talking about the offensive line for the past 3 years, right? Okay, I think the Dolphins, right, from all reports, they were considered a top 10 offensive line when we were 8-3. That's through a bye week, 13 weeks of the season. Miami had a top 10 offensive line.
They sure did.
No, they didn't.
So what are we talking about?
We had the first half of the season we averaged 3.4 yards.
That'll be news to me.
We did not have a top 10 offensive line.
that's
Y'all out of
right.
y'all body. Y'all forgot we had Chase Edmonds. Y'all smoking coke now. Y'all hold something.
Wait a minute. What was the official ranking though at that?
I did the math. We averaged
Rashad, I'm
77
glad you
yards
brought
a
up
game.
Chase Edmonds. So Chase Edmonds,
Rushing.
in your theory, right? The offensive line didn't help with that because Chase Edmonds played like trash, right? So they got rid of him. They bring in Jeff Wilson. Jeff Wilson does immensely better than Chase Edmonds. Are you saying that, again, the talent level of a running back can overcome the inefficiencies of an offensive line?
Yes. Clearly, yes, 100%. Especially that running back.
And so in your mind, it should be a no-brainer for the Dolphins to go after Dalvin Cook. Because
that's cat.
I wouldn't say that, Steven, because I watched 2 running backs who are considered minimum. They're getting paid damn near the minimum. Succeed. Any running back should be.
Can I ask Lewis a question?
Wasn't CB?
Lewis, why is it that you don't want Dalvin? I just want to know
again.
What
You see.
He didn't
Again,
say he didn't want Dalvin.
Pull any stream up where you heard Lewis say he doesn't want Dalvin Cook.
Okay. That we don't need him. Why don't you think we need him?
We don't need him. CB was in the chat earlier, right? Saying, and people were agreeing that we need a running back for red zone efficiency, right? We couldn't run the ball into the end zone. Steven, you were in the building with me in Miami, Hard Rock Stadium, sweating your ass off like a hot pig.
Having heat exhaustion.
In Buffalo, right? That same running back again behind that same offensive line that we want to say is trash, Chase Edmonds had 2 red zone touchdowns, correct? Didn't Chase Edmonds? So what are we talking about? Y'all just make up shit.
Okay, Lewis, I got a quick follow-up for you.
What does that mean? He averaged 3 yards a carry.
Hold on,
it's just a matter of running the ball once you get to the red zone.
Because he scored 2 touchdowns.
Marino's goat with his $5 donation said the O-line is solid. Save right tackle. Isaiah Wynn never played less than good on the left side of the line. Armstead, Wynn, Williams, Hunt, Jackson. Only question mark is Jackson. Do you agree with that, Lewis?
So Stephen, but he's trying to tell you that that's a Super Bowl offensive line, is what he's saying.
That's what I'm getting from Marino's.
I'm telling you that offensive line is not good.
So hold on, let me ask Lewis.
Well, which one is it? Is that an offensive line that can win in December and January?
I'm not saying it can't.
To Steven's point.
But that offensive line is
you said that, Crypto, because my question is not only for the season, but we haven't looked good in December in the last few years. So we need to win in December. Tua needs to win in December.
That offensive line gave Mostert in middle December with me. Let me say what I said going into Buffalo. I said we didn't have a chance. Mostert had 200 yards by the first half behind that sorry offensive line in December. Anyone remember that game in Buffalo?
True.
Yeah. Did that offensive line show up in Buffalo? Was that
That's true. That's 25%. But Lewis, you just explained 25% of the games. That was 4 of the games from that point.
I'm just saying the question was, can that offensive line be productive in Buffalo in December?
We need it for the month of December, not just one game in December.
Were they productive again? Were they productive
for one game? Yes.
No.
I don't care about none of that. Y'all can say what y'all want.
For one game.
I'll say no.
Yes.
Y'all can the goalposts all y'all want.
25% of the game don't matter.
I'm gonna say no because
Lewis is not wrong, but the main thing that y'all are missing from Lewis's argument is the consistency. All I got to do is be consistent, and then we're all on the same page.
That's why I kept honing in just one game. 25% of the games is not good enough. That's my point.
And that's
so all right, they are good enough. They just need to be consistent. So all right, we good. We all on the same page.
It's good for Tua Tagovailoa.
Well, that was part of my question, gentlemen, and I'll let Rashad go after me. That was part of my question, and me saying, "Hey, look, we did do good starting out 8-3. There wasn't a lot of question marks. Everybody was happy. The offensive line looked good. Tua looked good. People were catching touchdowns. They were catching passes. We were on fire at 8-3. But the moment we went into that West Coast swing and we came to the month of December, crap went downhill. And
look. I know this is very
hold on, Raphael.
Because of the quarterback.
Wait, Rashad got next anyway.
I want to let Rashad go after me real quick because you looking at December, gentlemen, we haven't been successful there. And I think part of the reason for that is injuries, offensive line, and I think those two kind of go hand in hand, which is part of the reason I populated this question to y'all. Rashad, go ahead.
I'm saying y'all full of it because if y'all notice, once the West Coast run happened or whatever, the defenses start rushing forward. They put everybody back in coverage. We should be able to run the ball then, right?
In
so
theory, yeah.
I can be happy about Mostert's whatever yards. They're not rushing nobody. Everybody's watching the receivers. He should do that. That's when we should have started running the ball, which we did. Mike McDaniel went through 2 games like, oh, well, they're not blitzing us anymore. Maybe we should run the ball, and that's what he did, and it was successful. Let's not act like when the box, when we were throwing checkdowns all game, that the box wasn't full. We couldn't get, Mostert couldn't run the ball.
Hold on.
on.
Let me just address something you said, the West Coast swing. Let's start with the first game in that West Coast swing, the San Francisco 49ers. Okay, you said we couldn't run the ball. Name me the running back that's going to run the ball.
To run the ball.
Oh, and is that a running back problem or is that a coaching problem?
That's the coaching problem.
Don't tell me about don't running.
Problem.
So don't use that in your argument. Then don't come out.
What are you talking about?
You just said we couldn't run the ball against San Francisco. They had 8 attempts.
I did not say that. That's not what I said. I said we didn't. I said we didn't run the ball. They rushed 4.
You said we couldn't.
I said on the. I didn't say could. I said we
carries.
didn't. We didn't.
That's cap.
Somebody breathe and let the other person finish.
I said they rushed 4 on the West Coast.
We couldn't run the ball. You said.
I did not say we couldn't.
You said
maybe the coach think we hold on. Maybe the coach think we couldn't run the ball because we was going against the #1 ranked defense against the run.
He chose not to run the ball
because he respected San Francisco too much.
Well, I agree.
I agree. Y'all want to be capping out here.
Hold on. To be fair,
that's the only reason why Mike McDaniel didn't, because he respected the run defense of San Francisco and he had better passing game.
To be fair,
he had a better chance that way.
McDaniel did say in the post-year press conference, I abandoned the run in situations I shouldn't have abandoned.
Thank you. Has nothing to do with the old line or running back.
Yeah, he said that, but it still had a lot to do with the opponent he was playing.
Let me ask Lewis one last question. So, Lewis,
I don't know what Lewis is talking about.
Hold on, Lewis. You said that.
I'm saying what you said. I'm saying
I did not say couldn't.
You said
I didn't say couldn't.
You said.
I said they rushed 4. And
hey, one at a time. One at a time.
Should have been running the ball, which
no.
did.
You said
no.
That's cap. You said they were rushing 4. You should think that Miami should be able to run.
Exactly. Which we did is what I said. I didn't say couldn't.
I didn't say couldn't.
Okay. You said it correctly that time. I didn't say couldn't. I said we should have because they only rushed 4.
Crypto,
is what I said.
Semantics,
Yeah,
Crypto.
no, semantics. Rashad is wrong. Don't say semantics. Say Rashad is wrong. That's what y'all need to
What
say.
am I wrong
Stop
about? You just said exactly
Rashad,
what
it didn't that we couldn't run it. Mike Daniel was the one thought we couldn't because he had too much honor for the opponent.
That's what I said. I literally just said that.
You said honor, Crypto?
Your argument was the offensive
line because he respected San Francisco's #1 ranked defense.
I said, listen. I said first half of the season our offensive line was trash. When they started rushing 4, we should have been able to run the ball, which we did.
Hold on, real quick.
I mean, if I got Tyreek Hill in my team and he's #1 passing, then I would throw the ball too.
Is this normally like this? Y'all can't even get a dang on point across. LOL.
This is Wild Out Wednesday. Wild Out Wednesday, the whole point.
Literally what I just said.
We do this a week for the people that have never been here. It's a DolFan control panel show. Control being the key word there, which it is not. But this is for fun. If you guys are sick of hearing Lewis yell or Rashad's bad takes or whatever it might be, remember you can time out or ban anybody at any point in time. This is for fun. It supports the channel. Enjoy. Don't take it personally. So you donate $10 to the channel, you kick somebody out for 10 minutes, and you
can ban somebody for a month. That's fine.
Yeah, you can bring them back. So
okay.
That's
So
funny.
can I tell?
Go ahead.
Okay, so
go ahead.
yeah, I just wanted to tell it to everybody. So, I mean, the offense has been like the unit has been feels like the franchise down like an anchor and over more than a decade because no matter who the offensive coordinator has been or who is behind center at the quarterback, because the offensive line is sure had comments, injuries, paper thin depth, or overall dysfunction. Remember about the bully gate? Because without the adequate protection, the quarterback chances of getting injured are higher because they just saw it for the last season. And without the sufficient run blocking, the run game will be stagnant. They just saw all those times the last season. And without solid pass blocking, the play calling will eliminate it, and the success rate of the big plays could be like stifled. Because luckily, I think they have some options to have to see at the all life that found a way around the last season, but essentially it can't hurt because right now you see that Matt Appledown he was been hired for the Boston College. I mean they have it so because he had a reputation based on the work he did at the University of Miami and he was remembered as the successor of the Denver Broncos offensive line last year. But the fact is understood at the offensive line because he really escapes with and has scored and including with the snorting of the white priority substance and the facility. But I think that the biggest concern about it, the coaching and about the strike side, because right now the only thing that we're talking about the offensive line, because there's no shame to building an offensive with the catch recognition projects, because there's like the three traditional ways to build at the defensive line in the NFL. And most teams have the merit to these approaches because there's a draft route, selecting offensive linemen early, and hoping they'll play for the first and second rounder. And that's reducing the route because those Dolphins have been trying to decline off of this mountain every possible way to the past that with mixed results. So what's the issue about it?
I think part of the issue is, and I'll let some of the guys go after me. I think part of the issue is there's no consistency, right? We've had nine offensive line coaches in 10 years, right? We've had a turntable of offensive linemen walk through the door over the last 10 years. And the one thing that you can look at and you can say, hey, look, the Dolphins, in order to be successful, consistency is key, right? Like I'm with Lewis when he says Tua did good last year. What are we talking about? When Tua's healthy, he's the guy, right? In my opinion, there's no questioning that. I know some people will try to question it and what he did in December, but I think injuries, I think everybody A is entitled to some bad games, and B, part of the reason for some of those bad games was injury. So that's kind of where I'm at with it. I agree that as long as Tua's healthy, we're going to be fine, but I don't think our offensive line is as good as Kansas City. I don't think our offensive line is as good as Tampa was a couple of years ago. I don't think it was as good as New England a few years ago. And just going back and looking at
is it as good as Cincinnati's? Cincinnati's been to a Super Bowl. Cincinnati, Joe Burrow gets hit more than Tua Tagovailoa ever will.
So Burrow got sacked nine. Burrow got sacked 9 times in a playoff game and still won.
And
now,
he won that game.
Now Lewis,
yeah, he got sacked.
Burrow also holds the ball.
Lewis, let me be fair.
Burrow holds the ball, though. He does hold the ball.
Yeah, waiting for routes to develop. Yeah, because of Chase.
Say that if Tua ever,
he has the longest time to throw in the league.
If Tua ever gets sacked 9 times in a game, we're not winning that game. I promise you, we're not.
Again, no. You see, all I'm bringing up is to Raphael's point. What I'm saying is, it doesn't matter about the offensive line because you are right, Stephen. I agree with you. Hold on, Stephen. I'll agree with you. Kansas City's line is better than Miami's.
Yes.
But the question you originally posed is this offensive line, the way it's currently constructed, is it able to win a Super Bowl? And what I'm asking you is this offensive line we have in Miami comparable to Cincinnati's offensive line? Because we have.
But I guarantee
the weapons Cincinnati has, we have. The quarterback Cincinnati has, we have a quarterback now that can play. And I
But I
believe that our
guarantee that
offensive line is just as good as Cincinnati, and Cincinnati
No,
has
no, no,
been
no,
through an
no, no.
Some
AFC
quarterbacks
Championship
do
game
better
and
under
a
pressure
Super Bowl.
than others,
Cincinnati
though. That's the
offensive
reason why
line is better than
Cincinnati can
That
overcome.
our offense is Lewis
Cin-
has a pretty good play on offense,
Well,
very
actually,
similar
Burrow
to
was ranked number
Cincinnati.
one in
Hold
the
on,
league
I need to
against the
stop.
pressure.
Hey, Lewis,
Cincinnati has a better quarterback, running back, and offensive line.
Lewis, let me ask you a
I'm sorry.
question.
See what I'm saying? Come on, bro.
Lewis,
This
let
is
me
what
ask
I'm
you a
saying. This is
question. And
nonsense.
Y'all out
this
your
is
body.
this is the crypto's point here in a second. Let's look at Derek Carr. Do you think Derek Carr is a good quarterback? Yes or no? Lewis, I'm talking to you.
He's okay. I mean, he's okay. Yeah.
Okay.
He's all right.
Who is the number one quarterback in the last 5 years to win games in the fourth quarter? Comeback wins. Derek Carr, right? He does well under pressure. You put him under pressure, he succeeds for some reason. Don't
Should
understand
have been
why,
to it.
but he does. All right. Burrow, I believe, is the same. Is kind of cut
It's the
from that
same,
same cloth,
right? Some
right?
some
Yep.
some
I
quarterbacks do
think he's
better
cut
under
from that
pressure
same
than
cloth.
others. So
I
you
think
need a better line.
Trevor Lawrence is also cut from that same cloth. To be fair,
yeah,
So then
exactly.
y'all are undercutting Tua. So y'all telling me Tua's not
I-
on that level, that he
I-
can't be when
no,
shit
no.
is hitting the fan.
Lewis,
What y'all
what
telling me is
Lewis,
Tua
what
has to
I'm
have
saying,
everything
let me
perfect
finish.
for him
Lewis,
to win.
what? Hold on. Don't relax. What I am
Y'all
saying is
telling me.
I haven't seen it from Tua. I saw it in Baltimore.
Yes, you
I
have.
was there live in Baltimore. But
You seen it in Baltimore.
let me know when else
And I
I've
agree
really
with you.
seen it.
You seen? Well, I ain't gonna say we
didn't
won.
see it
You
in
Yes,
seen
we
them
Buffalo.
try
both
to
seen
come
him
back
live
versus
in
the
Baltimore, but
Chiefs.
he wasn't under duress in Baltimore.
He
You didn't.
wasn't.
You.
The offensive line wasn't collapsing in Baltimore.
That's true.
No, it
That's what
wasn't
I'm
crypto. I'll give
saying.
you that.
I'm
Not all
not
What
the
are
saying
y'all
time.
talking about?
I'm not saying that Tua's not better than some of those guys or whatever.
Okay. Well, then what are you
Hey,
saying?
but look.
I'm saying I haven't seen him do what Derek Carr has,
Offensive line actually
coming
played
back from the
perfect in
fourth quarter on
Baltimore.
a
He's
consistent.
played a lot longer.
I
Derek Carr
know.
played a lot longer
Here's what
than,
I
than
know:
Tua.
if Derek Carr is down in the fourth quarter with 2 or 3 minutes left, Derek Carr is going to win the game. I have
But here's the thing. Here's the thing,
That's cap
Stephen
right
D.
there.
Though
That's cap.
Tua
That's
is
cap.
one of the top quarterbacks in the fourth quarter when you're
Right.
leading. You know, when you're within a one possession game, and we see it multiple times. Maybe I would say maybe like 3 or 4 times where he has
Irvin, we had
come
a one
come from a
possession
big
game
lead
all
and cut it
17
again.
games this season, except the Jets game.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
But anyway,
Yeah, but
no,
I
he's
just wanna.
still. I mean, he has slipped a little
But our
bit, but he's
record was
still within
8-9,
the top
9
5,
and 8.
top
What are
10.
you
Though.
talking about?
No, I'm saying he's within the top 10. He slipped a little bit because he used to be number 1, but he's still within the top 10 of quarterbacks that have the highest quarterback rating within a one possession, game. But anyways, Tua is a very similar quarterback in terms of his skill set to Joe Burrow, the accuracy, the anticipation, the ability to manage the pocket within, it's just the
It's
injuries,
different levels to this.
it's
Certain
just a little bit
quarterbacks
of
can deal
nuances that
better
he needs
under
to get
duress than
better.
others.
That's fine. And Tua's in his first 2 years, Tua's biggest struggle was playing under duress. And this year, he was second in the NFL against heavy pass rush. His passer rating was 91.6, so it jumped from like 50s to the 90s. So he has improved in that level, and if he continues to, like when it comes to him as a quarterback, if things continue to further, slow down in the offense, it's not as the NFL speed is not as fast to him anymore, and he just continues to just. Especially that he's in the second year of the same system, I think Tua's ability to play under duress is just going to get better and better and better. But I do believe, in the sense that quarterbacks like Derek Carr and Joe Burrow have done better in when the lights are on. They have consistently delivered. As opposed to Tua, that at times, he's shown it in flashes, but he hasn't done it consistently. And another problem that with him is that he can't stay on the field, and when you need him the most, like in those playoff games or in those playoff clinching moments, like last year, he's not there for you to play.
Yeah,
So
but I tell you, because I'm doing for the concern of the Tua, because the nature of those injuries are especially concerned with. Because remember, they had a 50-year option and essentially guarantees that Tua will receive a 2-year window as the starting quarterback. But it will be undeniable the labor had the more important evaluation. Because if Tua experienced like another injury failure this season, they may have to accept for the was this multi-year show has rebuilt. Because for me, in my opinion, he's not an elite quarterback with some physical limitations that may unfortunately never put this institute story behind him. Because they are hoping for the opposite outcome. Because if you see like Derek Carr or Joe Burrow, because they will see like they're winning. But they added a deal to prove that he believes they can win the Super Bowl with Tua at the helm. Because not only just acquired Jalen Ramsey or Bradley Chubb, because they have through the screen for the franchise quarterback because they had the part of the contenders. But they had to face it or make it or break it. But I think they had the issue about the online because they had to improve it. And that's what had to go for the improve it if they need to like stay healthy at 100%.
Yeah, but listen, Raphael, I would say that listen, I would blame the offensive line for Tua's injuries in the first couple years of the season just because they were pretty bad, right? But this year I cannot do that because Tua he got himself into a lot of trouble, right? Like we've pointed out many times, holding on to the football too long, which is had that problem since Alabama. Like, can't decide to take when the defense gives him. He just takes too many chances. He wants to play hero ball, wants to go for the aggressive play all the time. You can't have that in the NFL, bro. You can't do that, especially a quarterback of his size.
Real quick, Flipside Fishing with his 23-month chat. Shout out to Flipside
23
Fishing
months.
for being a member for 23 months. Tua never did it in college. He doesn't have the comeback ability in him. Prime example, LSU game in college.
I need y'all to stop.
He did come back in that game. I don't know what he's talking
Are
about.
y'all forgetting how Tua got on the national stage?
That is.
Like,
No,
are y'all
no,
forgetting
no,
how
no.
Tua got on the national stage? How you saying he's not a comeback quarterback?
That is I don't like that. That's a dumb thing.
Matter of fact, Baltimore game. That's not a comeback quarterback. What are you talking about?
That's the only game they
The Lions game, he didn't come back from 14 zip. Like, come on.
Let's be clear. When Tua does not finish a comeback, it's because the defense failed. His rookie year versus the Chiefs, we gave up a fourth and.
What about the Falcons game?
Wait. It was a 4th and 2 on an out route to Tyreek Hill.
Detroit game. We came back from that. Like, bro, what are y'all talking about?
Well, the Falcons game, and Rashad brought up a good point.
When
Like,
he steps it up,
guys,
when he steps it up, he never gets that last opportunity. I get that we're down to a point where we can't come back versus the Chiefs were down, I think, 18 points in the fourth quarter.
Right. And in that Falcons game,
we give up a 4th down to seal the game. That's what happened.
Rashad, do you remember that Falcons game when we were down by 14 points in the fourth quarter?
To your point, the defense did have to step up like they did in Baltimore.
You can't go to one defensive play because we could just as easily.
Is somebody talking?
Play.
No,
I'm sorry. That was me. That's me. I'm sorry. My bad.
Oh, okay. I didn't want to talk over anybody. My bad. Sorry.
Let Irving go, then Fred. Irving, then Fred. Go ahead, Irving.
I was just saying, Rashad. I was going to mention when you were making your point, I was going to mention the Atlanta game because we were down 14 points in that game, and we came back and scored 2 touchdowns, and we were up with 2 minutes left, and there was a big 3rd down that was converted because we were playing zone against Kyle Pitts, and we left them wide open. Yep.
Y'all can't chalk it up to one defensive play because
we're not chalking it up.
Exactly, because the defense got to keep doing it in order for Tua to keep coming back. But there's times where the defense did in Green Bay.
Giving you the
defense kept giving them the ball if we didn't do it. It was the same thing.
Hold on. Let me
hold on, guys. Let Fred go. Go ahead, Fred. What's up, Fred?
Hey, what's up, everybody?
What's up, man? Go ahead.
What's up, man?
First of all, where we at? Where we at with it, man? What's going on? I just got up here.
You're gonna love. They're talking about how trash Tua is, Fred. You fit right into the conversation.
Hey, man. Hey, what's up?
No one's
my
talking
man
about
Lou.
trash.
My man Lou.
This is ridiculous. This is some nasty work in here.
No, hold up, Lou. Hey, you know what, Lou? As a matter of fact, man, that does sound ugly. You know what I mean? I know I admit I've called the man trash, man, but you guys can drive somebody to do that. but you know, like, of course Tua's not trash, man. Of course he's not, you know, and I've seen some growth in his game, you know, and I'm pulling for Tua, man. 100%. I know I give some pushback on him, man, but you know, I mean, argue
no $1,000. Fred, you don't have any $1,000 bets against us, Fred? No $1,000 bets against us?
No, man.
Okay,
no, like I said, a lot of things I say
he's talking about Pete.
a lot of things I say
I'm
about
just
Tua,
checking.
man. You guys,
it don't sound like you're going to be on Pete's panel now because you're not betting 1,000 against us.
Well, like I'm still with Pete on some of his takes. Don't get me wrong, you know what I mean,
Fred
but a lot I go on my own, man.
Sorry to hear that, Fred.
Shout out
Sorry to hear that,
Stephen
Fred.
D, man. Thanks, Stephen D, for having me up, bro. Thanks a lot, man.
Hey, Fred, I appreciate it, brother. Be good, man.
Right.
Hey, Cap for Life entered the chat. What's up, Cap? Good morning, buddy. How are you? Good to see you.
Hey, good morning. Good morning, everyone. I put a question in the chat. I put a question in the chat earlier. I'm just, and this is not a bash fest. Trust me. We move on. We don't look in the past. But I just need to find out, how did we end up losing that that LA Charger game last season with Justin Herbert having broken ribs, a backup secondary, no Joey Bosa? How did that happen?
Who had broken ribs?
Tua had a bad game. You were there. You saw it.
Okay.
Y'all act like for some reason starting quarterbacks can't have a bad game.
Hold on. McDaniel had a bad game. No, I like to give some pushback on that. I
thought you left.
No, I tend to think their defensive coordinator just had a good game plan for Tua, Tyreek Hill, and Waddle, bro. That's all that was. Right. That's what that was.
That's fact. Let me ask you guys a question. Hold on. Let me ask you guys a question. When Patrick Mahomes or Joe Burrow or Trevor Lawrence or Jalen Hurts has a bad game, or Tom Brady back when he was playing, why do fans look at them and say, it's an anomaly? You know, it is what it is. But when somebody like Tua, who's still progressing, or Herbert, who's still progressing, has a bad game, fans are all over them
because people don't like them.
Hey, no, you
don't like them. That's exactly what it is.
Stephen D, can I?
The question was for everybody. Go ahead, Fred.
Okay, yeah. I meant for everybody. I think, man, those quarterbacks, man, like, I just think, man, their guys' games, man, they're just up in their game, man, where they can just easily bounce back from what happened the week before when they had that bad game. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's what I think, man.
It's just ratio.
Hey,
it's what insurance companies use to.
Let Lewis go.
One driver has more accidents than the other.
Crypto, let Lewis go.
That's fine. Can I respond to Fred? Because Fred just said those other quarterbacks can show the next week they can bounce back. Well, Fred, it's funny you said that, because you're a fan of Justin Herbert. And when he had a 27-0 lead in the playoffs that he did not come back from, he wasn't able to come back from that the next week because he got bounced out of the playoffs. So if Justin Herbert, if that was Tua Tagovailoa, that was Tua Tagovailoa that had a 27-0 lead, you would have been the first one on this damn chat killing Tua. But now you still believe Justin Herbert is a top 5 quarterback?
No, I would have. Oh, okay, Lou. Look, for that right there. Look here, Lou. Lamar Jackson had a 21-point lead in the fourth quarter, bro. Did I go crazy about that right there, man? You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, quarterbacks. They had. Well, okay, Lou, we didn't bring it up, man, but Lamar Jackson lost a 21-point lead. Okay, so, these things happen, bro. I just think that, those quarterbacks there, man, like, with their God-given ability, man, like, you're probably not going to.
The man is an NFL quarterback. He don't have God-given ability.
Hey, Lou, he's got ability, but he's limited. He's limited, Lou.
In what is he limited
the ability to walk.
He's limited, Lou.
He can do everything an NFL starting quarterback.
Why did it devolve to this?
He can do everything an NFL quarterback is asked to do. Tua can do.
Lou, did you just ask me what is he limited at, bro? Did you just ask me that?
Yes. Because you're going to say, Fred, oh, his arm strength is limited. But we already killed your narrative because
all
Patrick
right, Lou.
Mahomes has a
I'm
son.
a okay, Lou. I'm gonna give you. I'm gonna give you. I'm gonna give you what.
Hey,
I'm
one
gonna
at
give.
one at a time.
Go ahead, Lou.
You come out and you say every week that Tua Tagovailoa has a weak arm, he can't throw. Well, we already obliterated you on that because we showed you videos of Patrick Mahomes underthrowing Tyreek Hill. So that narrative that you use for Tua is
And he
weak,
led the league in
right?
deep passes.
Okay,
And he led the league in deep passes.
hey,
So
can
what are
I
you
finish?
talking
Especially in
about, Fred? What
efficiency too.
qualification?
You can
Look,
obliterate it
man,
by
look,
showing Tua
look.
throwing deep passes.
Hey,
You got
look,
to show another
look.
quarterback
Can I?
underthrowing. Just simply show the actual quarterback
Buffalo.
throwing a deep pass and
Buffalo game when
obliterating
Waddle
yards.
split the
That would be the
safeties.
way to do it.
Look,
Third
y'all
game of the
just
season, Waddle split the
You ain't
safeties.
got to
That
go
was a
get the
deep pass.
greatest quarterback
What's
to
the
make
issue?
big mistakes. You just simply go
check
get
it
the
out.
actual
And two
quarterback
bombs to
you
reach.
talking about and show him throwing deep passes
Nah, but
to obliterate
Reek
his
had to kind of
argument.
stop on those, so that's why I didn't even say that. The
Nah,
one in stride
the
to
second
Waddle
one
in
he
between
didn't
the
I
do.
hate when we
safeties.
do
I'm
that.
sorry, y'all can't tell me
Just show
nothing about
Tua
that,
throwing
bro.
deep passes, and
That's
that's
what I'm
enough to
saying. Two
obliterate his
safety too.
argument.
I
see.
just
That's
told
where
you,
Two
Crypto.
safety.
That's
All
where
right,
crypto.
one at a time.
Hey, crypto. That's crypto. That's where they go wrong, man. I'm not just leaving it at weak arm, bro. I'm going as far as escapability. You know what I'm saying? All of
Average
that, bro.
average
Throwing
arm,
on,
average.
throwing on the run, and just being and making plays happen when nothing's there. I'm not just talking about
Irvin, go out, turn
having a
everything
weak
off, and
arm,
come back
bro.
in.
Come on now.
All right.
Yeah, look, I think that
No, Fred, but you're missing it. When we got endless highlights of Tua throwing deep passes beyond 50 yards, that's enough. We don't have to go get the greatest quarterbacks in history to disprove the point. We just simply go get the actual guy you talking about and show him on record throwing deep passes. It's that simple.
The most
No,
deep passes
crypto. You're just leaving it. You're just leaving it at when I said throwing the ball deep, man. I'm putting everything that I see. I just used having a weak arm, but I'm saying he lacks in escapability. He
You
lacks
haven't
in
seen Tua
throwing
run?
the
You haven't
ball
seen
on the
have you
run,
seen
man.
Tua run?
Come on, man.
Have you
Hey,
seen
bro.
Tua? Have you
Come on
seen
now.
Tua
Come
run?
on.
Have you seen him run,
Have
no
I
Fred?
seen?
Have you seen Tua run?
Yeah, I've seen. Oh my god. Oh my God! Let me tell you, man. I've seen Tua run. Who was it again?
So then, what are you talking about?
It may have been. It may. Hold on. I mean, like, come on, man. Like, you shouldn't be caught by some of these dudes, man. I see Tua.
Oh, so
What
now,
are you talking? He's a
so now you're getting
quarterback.
caught.
Come on, man.
Real talk.
Okay,
I
He
saw him
shouldn't
run.
be caught.
I
Like,
saw him
bro,
run.
like,
I
that's what I
saw
be
him
talking
run.
about, bro.
Hold on, Dave.
No,
I
man,
saw him
no.
run in the
No,
middle.
you're blowing.
I saw him run.
You're
Hold
missing.
on, Fred.
Come
I
on,
saw
man.
him
Come on
run
now.
in the
Come on now.
Meadowlands against the Jets, and he trucked that dude against the Jets.
Hey, let me.
1,000%.
Can I tell you what happened on that?
Steven.
Right.
Let me tell you what happened with that. Okay, he
Buda
took
Baker
off.
was pretty good.
Look. He took off, right? Look, man. I'm looking at Tua's skills. I know what he looked like when he run, bro. And
Yeah,
you know,
said he looked
to
like
me,
trash.
listen. Yeah, he do look like trash running. And to me, like
Tua had a
he
13
threw.
Wonderlic
Limited.
limited.
Listen to me. He could
Wait a
not
minute,
juke
Steven,
this
what are you
dude.
talking
Listen
about?
to me. You ain't listening. He could not juke this
Don't nobody
dude.
want to
So
listen to you.
naturally, it's to lower your head and just go forward because he knew he could not juke the dude. You feel what I'm saying?
Did he
as
juke
far as
Buda
that,
Baker?
Fred, how many quarterbacks are making people juke? Like, what are you talking?
Fred, I
That's a
agree with
limited
what you just
arsenal
said,
of
Fred. I'm your
quarterbacks.
biggest fan,
That's a very
Fred.
low
What's up,
number.
Fred?
Pete, you
I
gotta
don't know
fight
why
him
you
off,
talking,
man.
Pete.
You
Matthew
gotta fight
Stafford
him
can't
off,
run.
man.
He's a worse runner than Tua.
Hey,
So what you saying?
did he
Matthew
juke Buda
Stafford's
Baker?
got a Super Bowl too, bro.
Hey, Fred,
Can
did
he
he juke
run?
Buda Baker?
Y'all talking about running? Can he run?
Matthew Stafford's got a Super Bowl. Don't know. It don't matter if he ran or
Answer
threw. He
my
got
question, Fred. Can
I
he
don't care
run?
about that. He
Now
may
you
have
don't
ran
care
some.
about it, but you was
He
just
may
saying
have ran.
Tua. You care about it when it comes to Tua. Do you see how y'all be
Look,
contradicting yourself?
Look. Matthew Stafford's got a
Y'all
Super Bowl.
sound crazy,
That,
bro.
bro.
Hey, Dave, let me ask you a real quick question before we let Pete and Fred keep cooking, right? Did anyone see when well, no, I've just said that to make them feel better about themselves. Hey,
yeah.
Dave, did you watch Tua shake Buda Baker? Did you see him do that?
Out of his draws, yes, sir.
Out of his draw. Did you watch that? Did y'all see that?
You know what, man? You know
Fred,
what,
were you
Lou?
watching that game?
Hey,
Fred,
Lou.
did you see
Hey,
that
Lou.
game? Did you see
What
that game?
this is comedy hour, bro. I'm laughing too. This is hilarious.
This is really funny. You talk about the move the little fake ass head move
Yeah,
he put on Buddha
juke
Baker.
move.
Come
The
on,
juke
man.
move.
Come
That
on, man.
happened like 10 seasons ago
I'ma
and
tell
3
you,
head coaches
Lou,
ago, bro.
I'm gonna tell you something else.
Matthew Stafford can't run, so I still don't see what Pete's argument is.
I seen Tua try to shake a cornerback, and the cornerback lit his ass up. I thought he was gonna be concussed on that.
I know.
Because of that
What
fake
game?
ass head move.
Hey, Steven, can you show us the latest picture on Tua on Twitter?
Remember what game?
Overgrown.
It may have been against I don't know what team it was against.
That's what I'm saying, Fred.
Any
Come
little
on, bro.
escapability that Tua had, he lost that. He gained weight this offseason. He didn't train to get faster. He trained to stay strong and get bigger. That he lost a lot of speed. If Tua was running a 5.2
care
before,
about his feet?
he's a 5.7 now.
Why do y'all care about him running now when y'all over here clamoring for Stafford who can't run?
Because he's in the game.
Stafford brings something
football,
different. He don't need
eventually, he's going to have to. You guys
Bro,
know that.
yeah,
Come on, man.
yeah.
Eventually, he's going to have to. We're what? Eventually, he's going to have to.
And he already has shown the ability to, but you're trying to say he
already
hasn't.
showed that ability already.
It's
Fred.
funny how they'll sit here and say the NFL has transitioned. Didn't the NFL transition to a more mobile quarterback? Look, Anthony Richardson with almost no film out of Florida goes number 4. Trey Lance.
So why are you asking for
why?
Matthew
Because
Stafford,
they're big and
Pete?
fast. They're big and
Wait
fast.
a minute, P. How you gonna say
Stafford is
that?
a 1-year run.
He had a lot of film coming out of Florida. That's a top school. What are you talking about?
This dude is.
A lot of
I've
film.
already come
One
to
season of play.
realization. I've already come to the realization that Pete and Fred have the worst takes on YouTube. That's just what it is.
Oh my God!
They have the two.
You just now figured that one out, Louis?
No. I've known, but
I'm about to send you a telegram.
Hey, and the Tuaneers have the best takes, but yet they've been wrong for the last 3 years, friends. Don't listen to these guys. Don't listen to them. Don't let them make you feel no other way. Listen, just go with your gut, bro. These guys been wrong for the last 3 years, and they're still wrong.
And you've been right, Pete. And you've been right.
I've been spot on. Go back and listen to it.
Man.
Just like everybody else. I've been
Pete,
spot on.
but Pete, weren't you the one that said we was only gonna win 6 games last year? Weren't you the one that said we was only
spot
gonna
on
win 6
that.
games?
Tua only won 8. I was closer than you guys at 14. How about that?
That's cat. Hey, all right. Now I see what we're doing. Go ahead.
I mean,
Y'all want to let people just come up here and lie? Go ahead. Continue your lie. Go ahead.
That's the reality. Only won 8.
Oh, Pete. So
that's the problem with y'all. Y'all
Pete,
want to
you
live in
think
the
getting
past.
around in areas matter?
Hello.
More right than all of you little haters out here.
Guys.
Yeah, Lewis, he was right. He was right about Josh Rosen in his mind.
Were you right on Josh Rosen? Were you right on Josh Rosen?
Yeah.
Right on Baker Mayfield?
I sure was. If you go back and listen, but you guys can be pushing narratives and have some
Go ahead, Cap.
internal. But at the end of the day, I was right.
Hey, can I change the subject real quick?
Right.
Can I ask?
You guys were wrong.
Hold on, Cap. Wait for them to finish.
Hold on, Cap.
You can go.
Were you right on Teddy Bridgewater? Were you right on that?
Yep, I was right. I told you guys he would. I told you guys he would play. I was right on Skyler too. Didn't I say he would save the season? Oh, all right.
Hey, EM said, didn't Pete say Cam Newton was going to be the best quarterback in the AFC East?
In the division, yes.
Just like EM said, just like EM and Reason were up there spewing nonsense saying that Tua was going to turn this franchise over overnight. You know what a quarterback that turns a franchise overnight means? He doesn't need all these damn excuses like you Tuaneers been making for years. Okay? That's a franchise-turning guy. You see what Justin Herbert is doing? And all these guys can just joke around and make fun of him and do things like he's not better than Tua. Like, let's live in reality.
You know
like,
what,
this
man?
is
Mr. Fourth Quarter Interception. Yeah, Mr. Fourth Quarter Interception is better than Tua.
Oh, Mr. Fourth Quarter Interception. Yeah, okay.
Hey, Crypto, you doing a lot of talking.
That's why
man.
your only response is okay.
Listen to me, Crypto. You doing a lot of talking, right? How many games have you seen where I know when you sit up there and say, damn, Tua, why don't you just run that? Run that. You can run that. How many games of that have you seen? And he didn't.
But that's situational. It don't matter.
What you mean it don't matter,
It's
bro?
situational. It don't matter. It don't matter to these guys, bro.
Bro, it ain't nothing in front of you or nothing.
Bro, the same two people that are talking about his legs
Nothing
are
matters.
asking
No,
to trade for
But
Stafford.
Yeah,
The only thing that
sometimes
matters
don't make
is
sense.
run it. But that's not that doesn't cost us games because he
Yeah, I
don't
know,
run
but
it.
Crypto, what were they screaming on Skyler in the playoff loss? If he would have used his legs, we could have ran. Tell them to hold the same damn and clean their mouth with a real toothbrush when they speaking, bro.
Come on, man.
That doesn't matter.
Sound like idiots, bro.
Crypto, you seen plenty of games. Like, why didn't you just run that? Come on, man.
Yes, but you act like he's freaking Lamar Jackson with his legs. Come on, stop it.
It ain't got to be Lamar Jackson, man. But run and pick up the 5 yards. He didn't even do that, bro. He threw the ball out of bounds where he was out of bounds, bro. Kill that, man. Go ahead with that.
The reality, we can't even run a damn quarterback sneak with that guy. How about that?
All right.
What's his playoff stats?
Hold on.
What's his playoff stats?
Come on, man.
Guys, let me hit the reset. Miami Sports Music's #1 Miami fan morning show, Clock Blockers, right here on the Miami Sports Music Podcast Network. It is Wildin' Out Wednesday. Bans and timeouts are in full effect.
I got a question, Steven.
Hold on. Let me get up here and then I'll let you go. They said, where's the swear jar at? I feel like Fred's got to be over. I did not hear. I was kind of tuning some people out because it got so crazy there. So
Fred did not curse. Fred did not curse.
Chilling, man. How you doing?
Curse,
you good, bro?
I will say this. Please.
I already peeped that. I appreciate that.
Flipside Fishing with his $10 donation says, please enlighten me on what LSU game that Tua came back from. And Pete is right. EM emotional was all on Tua's. You know what? Left arm of God, remember that. Fraudulent. Oh, you guys, come on.
And that came through a donation. That's when you know it's facts, bro. They put their hard-earned money on that. I don't be up here making things up. They can make narratives up and push, like Lewis was just saying, oh, didn't you say Josh Rose? Go back and listen to it and you can hear what I was saying about Josh Rose. That's the reality.
Hold on, I'm making up a narrative, or did I just repeat what you said? Can I ask my question?
Hey,
they gonna push the narrative, but that don't make it true.
You said you wanted to trade for Stafford, but you're up here complaining about.
I still say I prefer Stafford.
But you're complaining about Tua running when Stafford doesn't run, so make that make sense for me.
But we're talking about Stafford and we're talking about Tua. There's no discussion there.
Just so y'all know, damn is on the
exactly. Deflecting. Don't answer the question. I know.
Hey, I got a question.
I just told you there's no point of debating that. Bro, why are we gonna argue?
What are you talking about, bro? You're going around what you said, bro. You said you want a running y'all talking about y'all want a running quarterback, but you're talking about trading for Stafford.
Look, man. Look. Look, man. You.
All right. Triple S, floor is yours.
Bro.
Go ahead. Triple S.
Hey, it's just a quick question. It's just a quick question, and I want to preface this by saying I'm not Team Stafford. I don't think that trade would make much sense, but it's just a clarification question on something that was said earlier. So if let's pose this question: if Tua,
you just walking.
Hold on, shot.
Let him go.
What the hell? If Tua completes, 17 out of 17 games for the next 10 out of 11 seasons, would he still be considered injury prone?
If he, what's the question? If he what?
If he completed 10 out of the next 11 seasons, 17 out of 17 games, no injuries, would he still be considered injury prone?
No, he wouldn't.
No.
So then Matthew Stafford can't be considered injury prone either, because I would make Tua 10 out of 14 for completed seasons. Matthew Stafford is 10 out of 14 completed seasons. Again, I want to say I'm not Team Stafford. I just want to say he's injury prone. I think is a little bit crazy.
Let me ask you, Triple S.
That's all. That's it. The facts, bro. We out here talking the real. I love it.
I'm not with you, though, Pete. I'm not with you,
Triple S. Do you think Lamar?
You don't have to be with me, but you're debunking something. That's awesome.
Injury prone, Triple S.
He definitely is injury prone. If Tua is injury prone, Lamar Jackson is injury prone because he's missed a higher percentage of his possible starts.
Now some people will say his injury last year wasn't anything and he was sitting out.
Yeah, but people say that about some of Tua's injuries too. So, like the Baltimore one from last year, even though he ended up playing in that game. But no, I don't think Stafford is injury prone.
All right, hey, Irving.
No, Stafford's not. When you talk about his whole career, you're right.
Look, listen, I have a big problem with that comment from Flipside. Tua did come back in that LSU game, bro. In the first half, he didn't play well, bro. But in the second half, when the run game was going, he threw like 3 touchdowns, bro. He did come back in that game. I don't know what he's talking about. And on a tightly, and he had and that was a game that he had he just came back from tightrope surgery, so I don't know what he's talking about. He's come back from most games. So I don't know what he's talking about. But anyways.
You talking about the LSU championship game?
To be a comeback, you got to win, bro.
No, not that one. Not that one. I was talking about the LSU game before in his junior year before he got hurt.
Win, though, bro.
Yeah, but I think Burrow threw the game-winning touchdown in that game, didn't he?
And that was like a decade ago. We always got to go to college. Why we got to go to college with this guy,
I'm trying to
man?
figure out which LSU game y'all talking about.
They talking Joe Burrow winning Super Bowls in the NFL now.
Let me
They're
say
talking.
this. I have a problem with y'all wanting to bring up any players, not just Tua's, college games, because college is totally different from the pros. And we're 3 years removed now, about to be 3 years removed.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
The 2 years, that's what they have to fall back on. That's the best time.
I'm not falling back on it. I'm just clearing the claim. That's all.
I don't know if you could clear something with a college
I'm just
in the
debunking the
NFL.
claim.
I'm just saying. I find that hard to just believe. You're not going to clear nothing up that Tua has done in the NFL based on what he did in college. It just doesn't translate.
So Pete, Tua has not improved year in every year that he's been in the NFL. He wasn't top 10. He wasn't in the MVP conversations. He didn't lead the NFL in passer rating. He wasn't top 10 in multiple categories this year. So you guys,
at what point? When you guys wanted it to be, but where was it? Where did it lead to? 8 wins?
Our only problem is he can't stay healthy. Is the reason why he's not in the playoffs, and he doesn't have statistics. That's the only reason why he's not in the playoffs.
Flip side fishing says that's 100% BS. The second half, he got blown out the water, and Burrow ran away with it.
Watch the game. They got close. Tua turned it on. I think he threw like 3 or 4 touchdowns in that game, but whatever.
We're talking about a lot.
It was an 81-yarder to Devontae Smith. I remember.
Can I ask my question?
That's
Go ahead, Cap. Let Cap for life go.
Win to get a comeback.
Let Cap for life go. By the way, Colin says, I guess blown out of the water means losing by 1 touchdown and throwing 6 touchdown passes.
Exactly, Colin. What's up, Scooty?
Go ahead, Cap. Cap, it's all you.
Yeah, no, I mean, I've been watching the outcomes of all this stuff with everything, and the latest domino of the fall with Alvin Kamara. I know that a lot of people think that everything's been taken care of as far as with the court system, but I mean, looking into the new PCP, I mean, the outcome of everything as far as with the charges come out to a minimum 3 game that he can probably appeal if Roger Goodell does decide to do something. I mean, do you guys think that the amount of stuff that Schefter is saying with a lot of these guys that are still haven't been named that might get suspended for gambling and everything else with the dude from Vegas, the wide receiver, and everything falling into place now that's been taken care of criminally wise with the justice system and everything? Like, do you think the new NFL is going to institute a one-time everybody get punished type of deal?
No.
Look,
so you don't think nobody's getting suspended?
No. Here, I want to answer that. Give me a second to cook here, guys. So this is my thought process on the gambling situation in the NFL and how it's being looked at right now within the terms of the NFL. So number one, I think, let me just say my point of view. I think the NFL is being very hypocritical of themselves, to be perfectly honest. I think if you bet on your I think if you bet on NFL games, I don't think you should be allowed to do that. But to say that I can't use a product that you publicly promote actively as one of the primary sponsors of your product, being DraftKings, FanDuel, all that, and I'm not allowed to use it on your own in your own facilities, that's stupid to me. That makes it makes absolutely zero sense. If you want to track them and how they go about their betting, by all means, if that's it, I have no problem with that. What I will say, though, is this. If you bet on NFL games, you should be suspended for a year. It's not even a thought. If you bet on your games that you played in, you should. I wouldn't even mind seeing a ban for life. Like, I think it should be that extreme. So I don't have.
Pete Rose didn't do that.
Well, look, Pete Rose bet on games that he managed in, but he never bet them to lose. He always bet them to win. But that's irrelevant at that point, right? You still, there's still the compromise of integrity of the game, right? So if you want to gamble, by all means, go ahead and gamble. If you want to bet on basketball, baseball, whatever, on another sport that you're not involved in, go ahead. But to not allow that, but to suspend somebody 6 games for just using FanDuel in your facility, that's got to be the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, I do agree.
Overreach.
It is overreach. You want to be extreme. Here's what you do. You say if you bet on NFL games, you're suspended for a year. If you bet on games that you play in, you're gone for life. It's not even a question.
And Stephen D, real quick, Calvin. The reason why Calvin Ridley got suspended for a whole entire year was because he was betting on his own team within during NFL games when he was out. And another thing is that also you got to also take into account that sometimes there is, it depends on which state they are, because in certain states, sports gambling is illegal. But I get what you're overall saying. I think like somebody, if they're like in a team parking lot and they're on FanDuel, betting on a college basketball game or something, like for somebody to get suspended 6 months for that, I think that's egregious. I think the NFL needs to take a look at their rules next year and kind of revise that a little bit, because I don't think some of these punishments are fair. But when it comes to certain abuses, but Cap, I think what you're going to, when it comes to certain abuses.
You heard Steven say that Schefter said there's suspensions to come, and they still haven't come yet. Like, people are going to get suspended.
Yeah, like I said, the NFL is going to have like a scandal on their hands.
I think, Cap, that the NFLPA and the NFL need to sit down, and there needs to be some sort of look. Remember when COVID hit in 2020, right? And they had to change the rules every 2 weeks, right? If that's what you want to do, I feel like just because you make a rule, you should be able to change it. Like the concussion rule last year was a big thing. It changed 3 times in the NFL last year. People don't realize that the concussion rule changed 3 times last year in the NFL. You can do the same thing with this gambling thing. Change the gambling rule.
They could change the rules all they want, Steven, but if they really wanted to, they're still gonna find a way. Some of these guys that got caught on their own, that's just, they could have been smarter about it. They could build the team off. Go ahead.
Pete, hold on. You're 100% right. But let me ask you.
Just trying to land.
And this is a rhetorical question. Don't necessarily answer, but I want to put this question in your guys' heads. Do you really think that Pete Rose is the only person in the history of baseball, along with the 1919 White Sox, to gamble on baseball, that played in the sport and gambled on himself? The odds of that are incredibly low. Like that, it's stupid. Like that would be the case.
Hey, Steven.
People did it. They didn't get caught.
Roger Clemens betted on baseball.
Roger Clemens bet on baseball. You are correct. By the way, Pete, you're gone for 10 minutes. Aldo says, I'm back, so bye, Pete.
Hey, Steven, let me ask you this.
But hold on. Let me land here. The other thing with Tim Donaghy, the NBA referee, I think that point shaving and all that has been happening for years in the game of basketball. I don't think there's any 100% pure way to police it. It just can't be done. But there's ways that you can deter it, and if you're going to allow, here's the thing: if you really wanted to stop to it, just don't allow it in the game. But that bus left 2 years ago. 2 years ago, gone. By the way, Cruz Ruiz just did $20, so Pete's gone for 30 minutes. Wow. He says conspiracy theories run deep whenever they present a hindrance to our offense, just so y'all can be right. Y'all weird as AF. Take 20 minutes, Pete. Your quarterback takes our doo-doo butter. Y'all are bad. All right, so
That's just wrong, man. That's wrong.
It is, but that bus has already left the station. They've allowed gambling to be a part of the game. They promote it actively on all their stuff. What do you want them to do? I mean, they promote alcohol. Can they not drink alcohol on company? Like, to me, that's the same thing.
Hypocrisy.
That's how I see it.
Hypocrisy.
Hey, Steven, what do you think, man? Do you think that I know it's
background noise, by the way. Yeah, go ahead.
I think that for the most part, everything that we're hearing so far with the Alvin Kamara case, I mean, do you think he's going to get 3 games?
For what?
For the minimum of the 6, they say it could be up to 6, but for the misdemeanor stuff, it can be 3.
I don't know the Calvin Kamara situation inside and out, but let me tell you how dumb it sounds that you can have a misdemeanor in, like, you can get convicted of a misdemeanor in the real world, get suspended for 3 games. But if I gamble in my facility on FanDuel or DraftKings, I get suspended for 6. Do y'all know how stupid that is?
That's what I'm asking.
Listen, like, that's ridiculous to me. Just stupid. So Stack says alcohol versus gambling is a really stupid comparison. Look, Stacks here, I don't think it necessarily is. I'm a compulsive gambler. I haven't gambled since August 13th, 2017. Okay. And if you ever want to hear my story, I've said it on the air before. I'll have no problem telling that story again one day. But for me, gambling works. In my opinion, it can be even considered, I don't want to say worse. It's its own animal and its own outright, right? So there's some people that can do it, and there's some people that can't. Same thing with alcohol. But for the NFL to basically, I mean, you're going to take away a half a season from a player and suspend it. The average NFL players is 3 years, right? 3 years for the average NFL player. So you are going to take away what, 5% or 10% of their career and pay because of a rule that shouldn't even been instituted in the first place this way.
But you get why I'm asking? Because of the rules, like, you get what I'm saying? Like, the rules don't really add up. You get what I mean?
Well, it's never been like that. The NFL's always been its biggest hypocrite. They talk about, and the funny part is the biggest criminals are the owners, probably. Now that's a totally different story and a totally different conversation for another day. But I guarantee you that some of the owners have done more egregious stuff than the players have, that have made a bigger impact on the world on doing stuff illegally. That's just my opinion. You can believe it or disbelieve, whatever. But I don't want to get into the politics of it. I just think the NFL is hypocritical. They stand behind this alleged shield, the NFL shield, and they expect things to be done a certain way. And when things aren't done that way, they want to throw the finger and point the finger and say, you're wrong. That's stupid. You guys allowed gambling into the game. You have to be able to allow the players to deal with this. Stack says the players are allowed to gamble, just not on football, not on property. If you can't handle those 2 very simple rules, you should be banned for life because you're clearly not intelligent. I think if you gamble on football, you should be suspended a year for the first offense. But gambling on their own property is just a stupid rule. It's stupid.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a company policy, though, so he does have a fair point in that regard. It is a company policy, so it's kind of fair. But yeah, I see where you're coming from, Stephen D. I see where you're coming from.
But Stephen, to your point, is it on their property or is it on their own personal devices? Because if they're gambling on their own cell phone, that's not the company's property. They're still gambling on their own property, not the company's property, by definition.
All right.
Yeah, but they make no apps, bro. They make how do you call it? They don't make any distinction in that rule. It clearly states
you already know, Irving. No, they won't, because in the court of law, when you talk about different sets of property, But the device you're using to gambling on, you own that.
Let me interject here. So one of the players was a Tennessee Titans player that just got suspended. But before he even got suspended, he outed himself. He came up with a thing, and I said it on here on the show. And it basically, the gist of it said, hey, look, there's going to be news coming out that I'm going to be suspended for 6 games. Here's why. I gambled not on football, on another sport, using a platform that is promoted by the league, sitting in my car on company property. That's what he got suspended 6 games for. He was sitting in his car in the parking lot at the team facility, bet on FanDuel, which is real easy to do. You just pull it up, you go and you make your bet. It probably took him all of 3 minutes to make the bet for the night, right? About the NBA games or whatever he bet on. And he got suspended for 6 games for that.
I would take that to a judge because if he was still on his own phone, his phone is his property.
Meanwhile, we got Devontae Adams, who on camera assaulted a guy, right? On camera, straight assaulted a guy for the world to see. And we're still a year and a half later, still sitting here talking about what's his punishment going to be. Are y'all kidding me? If that's not the definition of hypocritical, I don't know what is. I don't know what is. So I just, Stack says they're on league property.
Someone's getting paid off.
Yeah, they're on league property on their phone. Crypto, stick to hot dogs because you don't know what you're talking about.
No, damn.
Dang, Crypto.
No. You tell it to a judge. You tell it to a judge what's the definition of property.
I mean,
when you talk about 2 sets of property, you tell it to a judge. A lawyer can even argue that till the cows come home about private property. You own your own private property. Your cell phone is your own personal private property.
Hey, if you could get a good lawyer,
I could be standing on the moon, but the actual property you're using is your phone. That's property.
So if you have a good lawyer, you could probably end up with that conclusion. But
all right, so
that's what I'm saying. That's what people don't know when they're using the terminology of property and what the definition of property is.
And by the way, here's
when you say on property, he was on his phone. He owned his phone. His phone is his own property.
All right, hold on.
They lied when they said he was on their property because he wasn't on their computers.
Crypto, hold on for a second. So here's the thing.
He wasn't using their computers. That's not their property.
Hold up,
Crypto.
Let him cook.
Yelling me, Crypto. All right, here's the thing. If you look at it, if that's the rule, and people are saying, well, it's the rule, so be it. But it's a rule that shouldn't even be instituted. It shouldn't even be in place that way. It's a bad rule. It's dumb. People are saying, people want to bring up, oh, you work for a company that's doing a giveaway, but you can't enter the sweepstakes for it because you work there. I don't see how that correlates personally. I think that's a bad comparison. And by the way, that's for a giveaway, right? Like, for example, I used to work at a very big bank, right? Now we promote all the time credit cards for that bank. But if that bank credit card company was doing a giveaway to the customers, I couldn't enter into that. But I could still use their credit card. I could still apply and try to get a credit card that I actively promote and sell.
And a judge is only going to look at what device he used to make the transaction.
Well, he
didn't use the parking lot to make the transaction. He used his cell phone to make the transaction. That's the property.
Well, look, he was on his car, which he was in, was on the property.
It don't matter. That's irrelevant. He was on his phone.
Crypto,
he used his phone to make the device.
Crypto, we're not arguing with you. You acting like you arguing against, like we're arguing against you, bro. We're not. We get it. That's why when you keep reiterating, we got you, bro. We got you. We understand.
Okay. That's all I'm trying to say. A good lawyer will be able to take this one easy. It's a layup.
Crypto has some good breakfast.
Crypto is wilding on this Wednesday, yo.
It is Wildin' Out Wednesday. All right, guys, we're going to do final thoughts of the day here. Let's go ahead and get it out. And, yeah.
I'll go first, Steven.
Go ahead.
Today's show lived up to its name. Wild. It was wild every Wednesday. It's wild as always. Good show, as always. Can't wait for training camp. Less than 2 weeks. Get your tickets. And like always, hit subscribe. Subscribe to Miami Sports Music, Blockers. Hit that like button and donate. Help this channel grow. And I'll see y'all later. Y'all have a great rest of your day.
All right, Spider-Man.
Right,
be good. Be
hey,
good.
Hey, let me go next, Stephen.
Go ahead, Fred Cook.
Hey, man, since the time I've been on here, man, you always got a great show, Stephen D, man. And I enjoy myself all the time, man. And let's go, Fins, man, and Super Bowl, man. And good luck to Tua, of course. Good luck to the Dolphins. And man, come on, let's go ahead and rock 2023. All right, Stephen D. Take it easy,
Fred.
man.
Hey, Fred, donate to the channel, hit the like button, become a member, man.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah. Okay, Stephen D. I got you, bro. I got you.
Fred, be good, buddy. All right, Canes, 1989. You didn't get a chance to talk a lot today. I apologize about that, but what's your final thought of the day? Canes, 1989.
Final thought is done, and it's a pleasure like always. And whatever happens with the Dolphins, I hope for the best.
Hey, man, we got this, man. All right, man, be good.
Okay, man.
And last but certainly, looks like you're going to get the final thought of the day, Crypto. That doesn't happen often. You can spew whatever nonsense you want to, and nobody can come back and debate it with you.
Spew what nonsense. I'm just trying to help out Ridley, man. Hopefully there's some zealous lawyers out there that can be out there and jump on top of it and get it reduced.
Where's CLOCKBLOCKERS when you need him?
Yeah, Larry K. Yeah, he's another one. Larry K. better tell you how the term property is defined. There's layers of property, That's all I was covering. That's the only angle I was getting at.
That's all you were saying?
Just the different. What was the final stage? What was the final piece of property that he used versus you sitting on top of a parking lot? The parking lot is in this state, in this country, in this continent or this globe. The final piece of property is what he used to make the transaction. That's all I was arguing. That was the final stage.
Is that your final thought of the day, hot dog man?
No. Steven, good Wildin' Out Wednesday, man. You make sure y'all subscribe, like, comment, subscribe, become a member.
Hey, we're $30 away from $100 in donations today. Who wants to donate $10? Get 3 people to donate $10. Let's go. Let's hit that milestone mark.
Is that a new milestone, Steven, or is that something for the
we haven't hit that in a while. So
what didn't Flipside Frisson give you like $400?
No, he did not.
I'm just saying. I'm not. Because he was on EM, man. I'm like, that's EM Boogeyman out there. Flipside Flishin out there.
I love EM. I love Flipside. Both great guys. Both amazing.
Yeah, man.
Hey, Crypto, you are not the final thought of the day. Lewis is going to be. So get out of here, Crypto.
No, you can leave Crypto up here. Mine's going to be real short and sweet. I'm tired of the peace treaty. The peace treaty is over for me. I'm on people's neck right now.
Oh, you stepped
man.
I'm back. I'm back. The peace treaty is over now. It's ridiculous. You try to be nice. You try to be nice to a bunch of idiots that we have here in this fan base, and they just talk nonsense.
What they gotta be idiots for? Why can't they just be uneducated fans?
Well, you know what?
Damn.
In the PC world, that's what you call them. They're idiots, though, Steven. That's being PC. I'm tired of all this.
What are you going to do if somebody says I'm an idiot? Huh? They might say I'm an idiot, man.
They could say, hey, I might be an idiot. The fact of the matter is, I just think we have the dumbest fan base in the NFL. Listen to the stuff that we talk about. Listen to the people that we have up here.
This track, man.
Man, it's crap. It is absolute crap. And I wish I was on another platform. And that's the love I have for you, Steven. See, I can still love people, but there's people that are just idiots out here. Just idiots. Yeah, Andreas, I'm back, goddammit.
Nah, this is. I don't like this, Lewis. We on Kumbaya. We is on Kumbaya mode.
Andreas.
No, listen. Y'all told me it was Kumbaya time. Y'all told me it was Kumbaya time.
Now it's going back to form.
I was just dipping my toe in the Kumbaya. I was getting my feet wet a little bit. I dipped my toe in a little bit. Y'all told me, hey, come in, the water's fine. I was like, all right, I'll give it a try.
Lewis,
now you know.
Lewis, you out here trying to get people.
I'm trying to accommodate to the water, and now y'all done peed in the pool. God damn.
Instead of one, cuz let's go. That's what happened.
God damn.
Because you try to be nice to these idiots, but again, these idiots can't take their kindness for weakness.
I gotta say, I definitely approve that message. I'ma jump in here real quick. I definitely agree with Lou's assessment of this fan base. I've been telling y'all since 2019, since I debuted on TD Foolish Talk. We got some of the dumbest idiots.
I thought you was the arbiter of the peace treaty.
God damn it, Pete's of the world, bitch side fishings of the world. They're fucking idiots, and they need to be purged from this goddamn community. I've been telling y'all. So I definitely approve that message. God damn it.
God damn it.
What's up, EM? What's with the peace treaty, man?
Crypto, what's good, bro? Fuck them all.
I thought EM was the liaison to the peace treaty. What happened?
Hell no. It's too many dummies in this community, bro.
You know what?
And we need to get them up out of here.
Wash my hands of it. Y'all got it.
I don't know why you entertaining these idiots, Stephen D. Stop taking their money.
This is
stop taking the money.
Stop taking their money. Bitch side fishing. Them little few pennies he contributed to your channel. That don't mean shit, bro. You got to think about the people. You have to think about the people in the fan base first.
Real talk. I gotta worry about my paying some bills around here too. So
that's a shame. So what you selling out? You selling out the community? You're selling out, Stephen D. That's what you're doing right now. That's what you're doing right now. Your priority, you should hold yourself to a standard. You got a platform that people to take time out of their day to tune in and listen to, and your obligation to them, your responsibility to every person that listens to you, bro, is to is to be the most educational, right? Is to present the most educational, right, informative presentation that you possibly can be. But as long as you keep entertaining dummies like bitch side fishing, Pete's of the world, Fred's of the world, bro, you're dumbing. You're contributing to dumbing down this goddamn fan base. I've been telling y'all that since 2019, and it needs to stop. It needs to stop yesterday.
EM, everybody says you're over the swear jar.
Turn up, EM.
I don't give a damn what them idiots is talking about, bro.
Turn up, EM. Turn up.
I don't give a damn.
It's the end of the day. Look, man, come on. We have swear jar in effect for a reason. You out here talking about F the world can burn. I hate everybody. They out here doing like
no. Just burn up all the idiots. Just burn up all them idiots in the community, bro.
What can y'all define what an idiot is in the fan base? Because I feel like
Fred.
No, I'm not talking about people. We're not name calling here. I'm talking about what is the definition of an idiot? That's what I want to know.
Bid side fishing is one. Pete is another one.
Pete, person who don't know.
Pete is another one. These are the worst of this fan base, bro. The worst.
Tell them that's what we're on right now. We're on.
So
right now.
Peace treaties are over.
I just had to hop in here real quick. I had to jump on because I heard
we got the purge going on.
Yeah. I had to hop on here real quick.
I invited you on yesterday and you didn't come on. I was upset with you, man.
Man, I'm working, bro. I'm a busy man. Come on. I'm a busy man.
Trying to, paying bills. I didn't hear says you owe $14 to the swear jar, just so you know.
I didn't get to say
that's what's up.
When EM said we're purging people, hold on. That's a fact.
The purge is on.
Oh, hell yeah, goddammit. And I'm putting my foot on every one of them, everybody's neck, every chance I get, goddammit. These idiots in the community.
How do y'all live with yourselves like that? Isn't that
No,
exhausting?
bro. No, they've taken away. They've taken enough away from this team. This team this year in 2023, bro, we got so much to be happy about, right? The roster that they built, that they put together.
Exactly.
The coaching staff, etc. And you got these fucking idiots coming out on these panels and these Twitter spaces, not day after day, night after night, spewing all of this negativity into our universe, bro, to try to take away, hopefully, that the team will not have success. The quarterback won't have success, so they can be fucking right. Bro, nah, that shit needs to stop. And I'm telling you, Stephen D, people like you,
Stacks is straight counting your swear jar. He's like, nope, I'm counting all
Hey,
this.
Caesar said he got you in tomorrow. Caesar said he got you in tomorrow.
But if he keeps going up, I don't know if Caesar gonna be able to pay it. I'm just saying. Right now he had $18.
Damn.
I don't know what type of, and look, look, man, I'm looking out for Caesar. I want him to be broke after that, man. I'm just saying. Oh man,
this shit is ridiculous, bro.
Look, here's the thing. Like, I get the frustration from the fan base, but I also don't like when fans are like, "Oh, nah, man, Cesar says I got it. Keep going." Stack says he's at $21. Okay, here's my thing. The fan base I don't think is uneducated. I think they're sick and tired of the mediocrity that's been our football team for 25 years.
No. That's a cop out, bro. That's a cop. You mean to tell me hang on, you listen to Pete for 2 seconds, you listen to Fred for 2 seconds, and you see what idiots like Bitch Side Fishing continuously put in the chat, and you mean to tell me those aren't uneducated people? Is that what you're telling me?
I think
really.
I think all three of those have different scenarios. Flipside doesn't like you, and you don't like Flipside.
They're fucking idiots. No, you got other ones too. That CCRR idiot. They're fucking idiots, bro. Come on, man.
Pete straight trolls, and
that's not your buddy EM.
And who's the third guy that you said? Fred. I don't even know Fred that well yet. So
you got another dummy Stacks in the goddamn chat. He's a fucking idiot too.
Lucky all you that you don't know Fred, Steven. Lucky you.
Stacks.
We could all wish to be that lucky.
And by the way, F word is $2. Every other word is $1.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You need to stop selling out the fan base, Stephen D. Stop it.
Look, man, I do
them few pennies. See, hang on. See, your perspective with your business model is for the short term, bro. Collecting these few pennies every other day on Wildin' Out Wednesday or whatever, at the expense of the education of our fan base, bro.
Look, it's
that is short-sighted. That's short-sighted, bro. That's short-sighted.
Yeah, my job is to not educate the fans. If they want to be educated, they should go listen to Reason. Reason is one of the most educated people I know within the fan.
Well, you gotta consider where I come from. Goddammit.
Okay, but you have that, and then look, Dougley's got his own thing. He breaks down film sometimes, and then you also have TD. Like they can go get educated.
If your job is not to help, excuse me, your responsibility.
My responsibility is to entertain, give my 2 cents worth, and
dumb down the goddamn fan base. Dumb down the goddamn fan base. I am shocked to hear you admitting this on camera right now, Stephen D. I am appalled right now. I cannot believe. I don't know, man. Maybe I'm wired different. Maybe I'm built. I don't know. But we all, even people off platform, whether you on a platform or off, we all got a responsibility to the fan base, to the people that listen.
I'm telling you right now, I have no responsibility except to let the fans have a voice.
And wow, bro.
Let them have a voice.
Oh, wow.
Platform, EM.
Okay.
Platform. Platform made for the fans, by the fans. I can't help it if fans are uneducated sometimes. And I can't help that the uneducated fans want to get up here and talk. If you want to see more educated fans talk, get them to come up on my platform, EM.
So you are admitting you got dummies on dummies that are channel members of your platform. You are admitting that.
I did not admit that.
You just said that. You said I cannot help if the uneducated people come up on my panel. I can't help it if the uneducated people contribute to my platform. I can't help that. So I'm glad you are admitting, right? Right?
No, please admit.
The first step, right? The first step to addressing any issue in life is to acknowledge that there is an issue. So at least that's positive. At least you are acknowledging it right now, bro.
No,
it's a step in the right direction.
No, none. Robert, real quick, wants to say hello. Robert, what's up?
Man, how's it feel getting cooked, Steven?
I'm not getting
cooked.
that one. He ain't cooking me. He over here.
No,
man.
Are we purging Steven? Is that what we're doing?
Steven's a charboiled brisket.
He ain't cooking nobody.
The first
Steven
step
is a charboiled brisket today.
The first step to addressing any issue in life is to first acknowledge that there is an issue.
You know what I can do? I can kick all you up here. This is my platform. I can do what I want. Y'all ain't gonna
Before you do that, Steven, before you do that, were you honest in what you said a few minutes ago, or are you lying?
What? About what?
Having dummies that come up on your platform.
I never said having dummies. I said if there are uneducated fans that come up.
You
on
said you cannot help that our uneducated people come up on your platform. You said, Ian, if you want educated people to come on platform, go get them and bring them up there. That's what you just said.
I said, Ian, if you would like more educated fans to come on the platform, then you tell them to come around. Okay? I'm just saying.
I'm gonna be honest.
Say that you have uneducated fans come up on the platform.
Cesar says, "How you getting cooked on your own channel, Steven? Come on, man. You either want to help the world."
Yeah.
I can't stand y'all. Ty said he called you all dummies and y'all still on here. See, now it's gonna be Steven call fans dummies. I didn't say that. Those words never came out of my mouth. Don't let EM lie to y'all. EM out here lying to all of y'all. Raul says barbecue Wednesday.
I said they're dummies. I said they're all dummies. It don't matter. I don't care.
Ron, help me out. You're not against me too, Ron, are you?
All right, Lewis. But Steven did come back and say uneducated. He did support it by saying uneducated.
You feel that they're uneducated.
Hey, Steven, I had to come up and give you some smoke by calling us all dummies.
I didn't.
And Stephen D, let me put you up on. Let me enlighten you in. Let me put you on something real quick, right? He had a space going yesterday. Lewis was in. It was other people in there. Crypto was in there. Robbie, you was in there too, right?
Probably.
He was entertaining a fan from a different fan base, and it was a
back room. I got Mark in the back room right now. He wants to come on.
It was
Mark is another idiot.
Yeah. That man, listen, Stephen D, this is what you're dealing with. This is what I'm telling you what you're dealing with. I want to clear the picture up for you, right? Pete was in there, had a space, and he was entertaining a different fan from another fan base, right? Mm-hmm. And he was siding with that person. It was a 100% to a bash, a team / to a bash session. This is what he was entertaining yesterday, bro. So this is what I keep telling y'all. This is what you're dealing with. People would rather us lose this year. Again, when they come up here and spew their nonsense, right? And they have nothing to validate it. No data, no film, no analytics, nothing to validate their point.
They're fans, EM. They're not
fans. They're not. Because if anybody, this applies to you, me, Lewis, anybody, right? If you are allowing your personal feelings to purposely cloud your judgment, and then on top of that, when you're coming out here and you're just spewing, things that are untrue, you're misinforming consistently, bro, all because you want to be right, because you said the quarterback was going to fall on his face, the quarterback wasn't going to be shit, etc. You're not a fan of the team. You're not.
Agreed.
You're not. When you're ignoring the data, when you're ignoring the film, all because you said this guy was going to be trash, you're not a freaking fan, bro. You're not.
All right. So, EM, couple things. Number one, have you ever been wrong before? Yes or no?
Absolutely, I've been wrong before.
Okay, so who are you?
It don't happen often. It don't happen often, but I've been wrong. Go ahead.
I knew you were gonna say something like that. Right, hey, look, my question to you, EM, is if you are on here preaching and being educated, and you make a wrong,
You're not listening, Stephen D. You're not listening to my point. It's not about being right or wrong, right?
Right.
Is when you're up here, right? When you say something, when you make a projection on Monday, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then on Sunday, right? You have data, you have film, you have analytics to debunk your narrative that you said on Monday.
Mm-hmm.
But and everybody would, bro, everybody knows you're wrong, right? Everything is pointing in the direction that you were wrong, but you purposely and willfully ignore that, right? All because you said this on Monday. No, when you do that, bro, and you're doing that consistently, you're hoping that the quarterback fails, right? So you can be right, so you can sit and pound your chest on Twitter, on YouTube, etc., bro. You're not a fucking fan, bro. When you are willingly when you're consistently doing that,
right?
Because you're hoping the quarterback fails, and if the quarterback fails, the team fails.
Then you're EM, that's almost the definition of a gatekeeper that you're trying to be there.
Steven, here's the difference, Steven. Here's the difference. There's a difference to be wrong. There's a difference to be proven wrong and still to hold on to that theory that you're right, even though you've been proven wrong.
Okay, but
being wrong and not being
Robert,
someone
you
who goes there and waits.
Your internet is horrible. Real quick,
and
Mark,
and Stephen D, real quick.
Mark has something to say to Lewis. Mark has something to say to Lewis.
Yeah, just a couple things, Lewis. I want to thank you for calling me an idiot.
I want to invoke my right to vote Mark off the panel.
And I'm going to finish my statement, and maybe you can go ahead and help Stephen.
That's not how it works,
EM, what's your vote? EM, what's your vote?
What? Vote on what? What are you talking about?
To kick Mark off the panel.
Is that the Mark from Bills Mafia?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, get him up out of here. Pack him up. Pack his ass up. Get him up out of here. I'm not entertaining him.
All right, well, he gone. That's majority right there.
Exactly.
All right,
You
Mark.
ain't got nothing to tell me, Mark.
I'm not entertaining nothing from other fan bases, bro, at all.
Right what you have to tell me, Mark, in the chat.
I just came in. I wanted to also join the vote to get Mark out of here.
He's done. He's already done.
Okay, that's the only reason I came up here for.
We didn't even need your vote.
We didn't even need it.
It still counted. My vote still counted.
What's up, Ron?
You still stuffed the ballot box, Bonjo.
Your
stuffed the ballot box.
Didn't count, Bonjo. It didn't go towards.
Listen, it still counted. You can't tell me my vote didn't count. Because
I came up here to vote them all.
Mark could go circle joke Pete. The Bills fans. Mark could go circle jerk Pete. The other Bills fans. Okay.
Oh my God.
Secondly, Steven, you're not listening to what EM is saying. Anytime you wish for, no, you're not. You're trying to justify that retarded turtle.
We've taken over.
Get him, Bonjo.
Because
get him,
Bonjo.
Imagine y'all coming up here trying to educate me on my own channel.
Again, when you sit there and you look for the failure of your team, just because you don't like one person, you're not a fan of that team.
Okay.
I'm new to the chat. I agree.
It's not. Hold on.
Totally
It's not. Hold on. It's not about, hey, you fan how you want to fan. Hey, we're gatekeeping. No, you're not a fan of that team.
Final takes.
If you're wishing for the failure.
It definitely took a turn. All right, so is Pete not a fan?
That's been established long time ago, bro. I've been telling y'all.
That's literally why I had to join.
Hold on, no, Steven, I'll show you how. Steven, hold on.
Didn't he just bet $1,000 on the Jets?
Exactly, $1,000 in your division. You could have put that $1,000 against with KC. You could have put it in the NFC, but you didn't have to bet against your team. You didn't have to bet against your team. Only a retarded turtle will sit there and bet against his team and sit there and say, "I'm still a fan."
And this is
like, no, we're not doing that.
And
how do you know how?
I was trying to see if Fred made that same bet earlier.
Idiots like that, Stephen D.
No.
Hey, it is like you, Steve. I'm sorry. It is like that, Stephen D, that you continuously give a voice to. Not only you, God damn it, I'm gonna call Cap out too. God damn it, on the tailgate. God damn it, I'm calling you all out. Y'all consistently give these idiots a voice, bro. And I keep telling y'all, it's
go somewhere.
nothing positive or productive comes from that. Nothing.
All right, here's my problem with y'all, okay? This is my problem with all you on this panel right now. Y'all want
Every
to
Turtle Turtle has a channel.
All y'all want to gatekeep about what a fan should or should not be. Who the hell are you guys to say who should be a fan?
How could you be a fan
gatekeeping
of
if he put $1,000 on another team that's in his division? That's not gatekeeping. That's not gatekeeping.
That is he put a grand on another team in the
your
division.
team will fail. A team that you so-called support is going. You're putting $1,000 so they could fail.
EM, you're at
What are we talking about right now?
Roger Goodell Burner said that's not gatekeeping. Hell if it ain't.
At that point, Steven, I got to get back to work. Guys, I love y'all.
Hey,
I'll see
All
you
right,
later.
Monjo. Always
Take
respect.
care,
Salute to you, bro. Salute.
And Steven, let me address something real quick, because it's not gatekeeping. Well, I'm not, and again, I can't speak for everybody, just from me. I don't care who comes up on the panel, right? The fact of the matter is, if we're having a good conversation or a productive conversation, and we're just talking about, hey, Sadie, stop. If we're just talking, she don't like all the nonsense neither. What I'm saying is,
Get him.
If we're having a productive conversation, right, and here comes Pete, and he's like, derails everything, is like, well, I believe Skylar Thompson is. What does that do? It just takes not only the value of the showdown, but the conversation that is being had at that moment.
So time out, Lewis.
So that's what we got to stop.
Let me pause you. You wait a minute, good sir. That is why I have instituted the timeout and ban rules. If you don't like what somebody's saying, you can kick them off. That is what this whole thing is for.
No, hell no. Why should we have to pick? You see, and that's the issue I have with you, Stephen D. God damn it. Since we airing out all the goddamn dirty laundry right now, God damn it, let's do that. And this is where I have a major issue with you, bro. Right?
I know what it is. You and I have talked, and you don't agree with me, and
you goddamn right. That's what I have an issue with you, bro. We shouldn't have to pay to get these idiots off. You should take the initiative, right? You should take the initiative. This is your platform, and get rid of them, bro. Why are you putting $$ on the education and you know the aptitude of this fan base? Why are you doing that, Stephen D? Why?
I can't even lie though. I can't even lie. Let me say something. I'm new to the channel. I'm Misfit. One thing I'm gonna say, right? So you can't really get mad at Steven for actually putting that $, due to the fact that you gotta support the channel. You have to support the channel.
$100 gone for the week.
Whoa! I told you the $400 is coming. EM, you got Steven, you got your 400.
Stacks, what was his final total up to for Cruz?
Sheesh.
Look, let me, I just need EM to hear this before he walks away. Okay.
Wow.
Number one. Number one. Okay. It's not about putting a $sign next to it. It's about, I do this every day, right? This is part of my income that I do. This is real talk here, right? So I needed to be creative on ways to bring in, to entice people to want to donate more, right? Now, people are saying, well, your content should just be enough for people to donate. That's all well and good. And there's truth in that. But I don't also have the following that some of these other YouTubers have yet, right? So I'm just doing something that I think is a fun way to make look, everybody says why there's a good portion of my fan base that says Wildin' Out Wednesday is their favorite. And I think part of it is due because it can get crazy like it just did. So I don't think personally that there's like I'm doing it in a negative way for the $sign. I'm just doing it to try to make sure that I can keep doing this on a daily basis so that you guys have Wildin' Out Wednesday, so that you guys are able to come up and express your thoughts. Because to be honest, without it, I don't think I could do it every day. And that's real. So I mean, look, that's just my thought on it. You know,
We should all put in $20 and then get Pete banned for a week.
there you go. Like that. See, that's using your head, right? Like that's doing it. Okay.
You guys don't understand Pete though, man. He purposely does it. You guys have to. I can't believe you guys can't see his agenda. He's looking to stir the pot up, and then when he's gone, he sits back and laughs and watches us all talk about him, and he's not even on the panel anymore.
G says, if I was your homeboy, I would slap you every time you explained yourself to anybody but your wife. I'm not explaining. I'm not. Look, EM and I are cool. All right. So unless he says we're not, which I don't see why he would. He says, Stephen D, they weren't always at their current levels. What happened to the grind? You're trying to take shortcuts. I'm not trying to take shortcuts. This is part of, like, who else is doing this, right? Like, there's a lot of people that do it now, but I think I was the first one to do it. So, look, it's just something that I do. I think it's fun. I think it makes Wildin' Out Wednesday more fun.
We appreciate it, Steven.
And if you don't, here's the thing. I'm not everybody's cup of tea, and that's real, you know? So, but I respect your viewpoint. I just don't agree with it. I respect it because I have respect for you. But
and the fact is that you give us an opportunity and a platform to come up here, we appreciate that.
I appreciate that too. That's all I ever wanted to do to the show or for this. You know, so the last thing I'll say is it's not my job to educate. That's not what I'm here for you. I've never claimed to be smarter than look, here's real talk. You guys want somebody that's smart, that knows football? Go to Reason and go to him because he's really good at that. He's really good at that. And I don't deny that. And y'all can have your feelings and I have my feelings, but you want to be educated, go to him. CB83 starting to do film and his stuff, and I think he's educational too. I think he's smart, right? I think, you know, Doug is the go to this community, and that's real. So I think everybody has a place in this community, and everybody has something to offer in this community. I'm never going to gatekeep. I'm never just going to throw people off unless they're being outright disrespectful and in a negative way. I think that certain personalities, that's just their personality, and sometimes it comes off as aggressive or disrespectful. But if I know you and know the type of person you are and who they're talking about's not necessarily taking offense to it. EM's flip side's not, and flip side, if you ever are disrespected, you know, you can tell me, but I don't think flip side has ever been just like felt like he, you know, couldn't hold his own against EM and vice versa. So I think those two know where each other stands, and yes, there's been some disrespectful stuff said between the two of them, but I know that those two will keep it at that, you know, and I don't think it's going to go anything else besides there. So look, I think if you're being disrespectful to somebody who's having an issue with it, then I'll address it. But
hey, Steven,
not my job to be a parent. I'm not, you know, I have two kids.
All due respect to you. I'm gonna tell you the truth. With Mark, I don't think Mark should be really on some of these panels because yesterday he got on Miss Finn's panel, and he just has a very aggressive attitude and controlling attitude.
And Crazy Dolphin, just to interrupt, and I apologize to interrupt, but that's why I don't make people pay to kick off non-Dolphins fans, right? Like if you tell me you're a Dolphin fan, I got to take you at your word. I don't care what anybody else says. But he is a known Bills Mafia fan. So when he comes up, you saw what Lewis did. Lewis is like, before you even get started, I'm putting a vote in. And that's Lewis's choice to do that. And we take a vote and the majority rules. You know? So
because he's jumping from one platform to another. I mean, he's becoming more aggressive to the point where, in some ways, I'm sorry to say it, this is my opinion, and Mark, I can get. you need to be banned off some of these platforms because you're too aggressive.
And
I can understand Michael K. voicing his opinion, and he doesn't do it in an aggressive way, but this guy does it in a very aggressive way. That's my opinion.
Look,
and I'm not. It's not negative towards you, Stephen.
I don't take it that way. You've always watched my show, and you've been a very good supporter of my show, and I appreciate that. Cat for Life says, "Preach, Stephen. We appreciate you, Brew. Tell them if I wanted ESPN, I would watch ESPN. But look at ESPN now. Free speech is all we got left, bro. Personally, I love everybody's non-scenes during the off season. Look, it's just how I run my platform. Can it evolve? Can it get better? Can it get worse? Maybe, but you know, that's how I do it, man. And I don't have 500 people watching my show at one time yet. I believe that I will one day, but you know, till that time,
but just be careful. Don't let this guy discourage other Dolphin fans from with his aggressiveness. That can be a factor.
Well, and if he is, somebody can get up here and say, I want to vote Mark off. And, you know, unless he's being outright disrespectful, then that's one thing. But, you know, I don't know what to tell y'all. I don't know what to tell y'all, except I'm going to keep doing me and keep doing what I'm doing. I got a lot of love for Flipside. And not only because he donates, but because I've had conversations with him outside of this, and he's always been, you know, kept it 100 with me. And EM's the same way. I'm telling y'all right now, EM, if you and Lewis can vouch for this, if you and EM are tight, like EM would give you the shirt off his back, and that's real. EM's one of the most loyal people you'll ever meet. Now you come across.
That's my dog, man.
Yeah, like he's not everybody's cup of tea, but
he's definitely a hoe, but he's still good people.
I didn't say that.
Damn.
Out of my mouth.
Damn.
I don't know who said that.
Steven, why you gotta be like that?
I just see, there we go. I'm just saying. I think everybody's got something for everybody, and you can find what you want.
EM is a great person. It don't. My only, like I said, I have no problem with EM whatsoever. I'm talking about Mark, not EM. I'm talking about Mark.
Yeah, no. I think I don't know Mark well enough, except that he's been on the show. He's never disrespected me to my face that I know. And anytime he's been out, I think he was aggressive, like really aggressive twice. I think I've thrown him out twice for being like ridiculously aggressive.
I've seen him be aggressive in the chat with women, with like Patricia and
I've told Ron, I've told everybody on a daily basis, I cannot control the chat. I can't control the chat.
Right.
Chat is its own world.
No, I understand. I'm just saying when he's on the panel, he's usually pretty respectful because he knows he'll just get thrown out. But in the chat where there's nobody there, to monitor it, I've seen him go after some of the women like they're uneducated, they don't know football, or you know, it's just stupid and disrespectful. That's all.
So, but let's just put one thing in perspective. That is an old man Bills fan who can't do shit other than run his mouth on the internet. It don't mean a fucking thing.
That's $3.
That's fair. I'll hit you up later, Steve. I just realized that's where that bad.
You just wanted to throw that out there. I got you. All right, now I'm really doing final thoughts of the day. You clowns, all you dummies, Now
we're purging people, Steven. Just know that.
Purge.
Just know that we're purging people.
You're purging people. Well, it is your platform. It's made for the fans by the fans, but majority always rules. And there are some things that I will stick to my guns to. But if you guys don't like somebody, there are ways to get them off, and there are ways to do it. Okay, just know that. All right.
Steven, as long as you don't change the rules that somebody have to put down $1,000 on the other team to get somebody off.
I didn't
as long as that's
that,
not the
man.
rule.
God, it's like y'all are dummies up here on the panel.
Wow.
Well, Steven.
A bunch of idiots.
Wow.
Steven. A bunch of idiots.
All you.
This is what you breathe.
You EM wannabes. Okay, now I said it. I said it now. Now y'all got me wilding out on Wednesday. How could you?
Not quite yet.
All right.
Does that make you a TD wannabe?
Damn.
No.
Max says, I argue it's pretty disrespectful to not honor a simple request to not swear on your platform. It shows a lack of respect for you as a person, in my opinion.
Cap's right. That wasn't intentional to swear, but it's just my vernacular.
Look, I feel like 95% of the people adhere to the swear jar. 3 to 4% when they do swear, pay it. Maybe not right away, but they pay it. And there's 1% that just doesn't care. You are correct about that. But some people, like Cesar says he's got the $44 tomorrow. And Cesar's always been a man of his word. There's no reason for me to think that. And it was literally final thought of the day. It wasn't even supposed to be this long. So I was letting EM cook because I like EM. I want to talk to EM. So there are some people I just want to talk to.
There's nothing wrong with EM. He's a great person, just like everybody else.
He does cuss too much. I do not like all that cussing, EM. With your potty mouth.
EM, man.
I'd rather listen to EM cursing than listen to Mark jibber jabber.
And the reason I have this jar in place is so that people can listen to this in the work. And if they happen to be around kids while they're listening to this, they can listen to this while they're, if they're driving with their family and they want to hear us talk. So that is why I do it. I do mostly so people can listen to this at work and not and be able to do that, because I've had plenty of people that have texted me and said, dude, I'd love to listen to your show more, but people cuss and I can't listen to that while I'm at work. So that's it. That's all. So that's why the swear jar rule's in place, just so you guys know. It's a morning show. If it was an evening show, I wouldn't care, but it's a morning show. That's why I care. That's it.
Not mad at it.
Final thought of the day. Robert, go.
Everyone have a good day. Be safe. Have fun. Don't let dumb people get to you.
And that's it. Good talk, Russ. Thank you. Thank you for coming on. Crazy Dolphin, final thought of the day.
Stevie D, thanks for having me on the show. You got great. All these guys are my brothers. EM, I hate to see you go. Like I said, I'd rather listen to your curse. I'd rather listen to your cursing than to hear Mark's jibber jabber. That's you got the rest of you guys later.
All right, Crazy Dolphin.
All right, Mr. Paul.
Mr. Paul?
Yeah, that's Mr. Paul.
Oh, that's my guy. I love Mr. Paul. That's my guy. All right, Cruz Ruiz.
What up?
Hey, man.
Appreciate the show today. It was good. I was the one that came up here and called Ian Maho.
Oh, okay. Well, that sounds like you. But you paying his swear jar tomorrow.
I could... All right. Well, it was a good show. I guess I'll see everybody in the spaces later.
All right, Cruz. Be good.
Talk to y'all. Peace.
All right, man. Be good. Man.
All right, see you.
All right, Cruz.
All right, Misfit Forever 00.
You can just call me Misfit. Shout out to you. Shout out to you, Steven. I just got hip to the stream. I want to say like 2 weeks ago, and I've been tapping in. I work from 6 o'clock in the morning to 2, so I'm on lunch break right now. And I was like, I gotta get in this space today. So shout out to you. I love it. I love the talks every day. I listen to it while I'm riding the pallet jack all day. Shout out to Lewis. Shout out to Crypto, because you guys, we need you guys. Like, I promise you, we need you guys, because the takes that people come on here and just go off on, I'd be like, yo, thank God, because Lewis always come back with a great point. Crypto, you too. Crypto, you too. EM too. Like, so I appreciate you guys. Hopefully I can probably get back on whenever I can, but Appreciate you guys. Stephen D, keep doing your thing, and I'm out. Y'all have a good day.
Hey, sign up to become a member. Hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe, man. But I want you to keep listening, man. I'm glad you're a part of the family, man.
Yeah, I'm already subscribed. So,
hey, check me and Crypto out on the Fins Tailgate as well, man.
Don't go over there. Those guys are crazy. We don't care
We
about
do it
those
late
guys.
night. Me and Shake
Right.
me and Shake got Dougly Do-Wrong on the show tonight from 6 to about 6:30. He's giving us 30 minutes.
Hold up.
That's my boy.
Coming on your show before 9 p.m. Oh,
Dudley Do-Wrong.
Crap.
Dudley Do-Wrong. Shout out to the homie. Will be on with me and Shake from about 6 to 6:30 today on the Fins Tailgate Network. Come check us out.
Looking forward to that.
Yep. Check us out, man.
All right, Misfit, man. I appreciate it, man. Look forward to hearing from you more.
No problem.
All right, Ron. Final thought of the day, Ron.
Well, first, I appreciate the platform, Steven. You know that I respect what you do up here.
I appreciate it.
And the work you put in. No matter how dumb your takes are, or how dumb I end up, no matter how dumb I end up feeling by coming up on this dumb panel, because you called us dumb, what, 4 times today?
Look, you guys forced me.
Yes, he did, Ron. Yes, he did, Ron.
Yeah.
I had to come up and defend my
Turn up.
intelligence because, you know, I mean, with a bunch of dummies up here talking, you know, I had to come and upgrade the intelligence factor in the panel. So, no, I'm just kidding, guys. I appreciate all your Lewis, Crypto, you know I love you both. I love this community. Everybody, we all want the same thing, even though everybody wants it different ways. They all have their own opinion, but you know, everybody's entitled to that as long as you respect it. That's all I got to say about that. Just respect each other, and we should have no issues. You know, Fins up, and I can't wait. A couple more weeks till training camp, guys.
Should be good, man. Should be good, Ron.
7 more weeks, man.
Be good. All right, Crypto, real final thought of the day. You got like 10 seconds.
Hold on, I was going to say something. I formulated a hypothesis, and this is my final thought between Flipside and EM. I think it's like the WWE, man. I think it's all planned out, man. They get together, man. Also, they can make you money, Steven. EM comes out to be the bad guy, and then Flipside comes up to the rescue so he could pay to get him off. It's WWE all over again between them two. I think Flipside and EM is colluding behind closed doors on how to get you money, Steven.
So EM and Flipside are actually secretly best friends?
Yes, they're buddies, man. I think I figured it out, man. I just figured it out, man.
Interesting thought. Okay, that is an interesting final thought. I don't know how true that is.
I'm just saying, man.
Interesting one nonetheless.
Shout out to the Omi, EM, and Flipside, man. But teaming up on giving Stephen D on supporting Stephen D. I got it.
I appreciate it, Crypto. Love you, brother. Be good.
All right, man.
Lewis, get on camera. Get on camera.
This is what we do, Steven.
Lewis, where's your teal hat? I'm wearing the orange one.
You know what? You right. Let me go get that then.
We gotta end the show trying to look alike. Okay.
You sure right, Steven. You sure right.
Let's go. Let's go, baby.
Let's do it.
Hold on. Let me put it on the big screen. There we go. Oh, that's a fly hat you got on there, man.
That is a fly hat you got on.
Hey,
like
man. Great minds think alike. That's all I know. Great minds think alike. You are a hater, though. You're the biggest hater I've ever met.
I'm not a hater.
You are.
I'm not.
You are.
I just don't like, again, I don't care how you run their channel, Steven. I'm not going to tell you that. I think the money, the way we do it here, you do it here, I think it's great. I think it will help the channel. I think for the most part, it isn't fun. I think a lot of time, you know, I'll take the situation with EM. I don't think EM was saying anything bad today for Flipside to time him out. But again, Flipside has his money. He wants to use it like that. Where I'm coming from, and again, it just comes off as hate when we're talking about, like, let's say Tua, for instance, and we're talking about 2 years ago. Bro, no, that's not going to help the situation. Tua's obviously going to be our guy going into 2023. So if he comes out week 1, let's say against the Chargers, and he plays bad, then we can assess that, and we can come out on Monday through Friday, and we can talk about it. And if he played bad, we kill him. But what is the point of holding all this Tua sucks from 2020 or 2021? It doesn't. It's like it's nothing productive, and that for me, that's what I'm talking about. if we're having productive conversations, I don't care who comes up here, but let's keep it productive. Let's stop. I mean, bro, you heard Fred today. What don't you like about Tua? Well, he can't run. What? Like, what are we talking about? But that's the same guy, and I heard Dave kept saying it, and Dave is right. They say Tua can't run, but now Fred will vouch that he wants Matthew Stafford. When was the last time you seen Matthew Stafford run, Steven?
Don't worry, I'll wait.
Exactly, bro. It's like, come on, what are we doing? But then they get mad when we say, well, you hate a player. Well, because you come off as you hate a player. You see what I'm saying? It comes off as hate, and that's all I'm asking for. Let's stop that.
You want to stop the hate.
I don't want to stop the hate. I want to stop, bro. Let's be objective.
I thought you were on people's necks. What happened with that? Andrevius.
Oh,
was
I
ready
am.
to
No. Yeah, the peace treaty is over, Steven.
The peace treaty is over.
I tried. Listen,
but Andrevius was all for it. He was ready.
Andrevius was on the fence. He was on the fence.
Let's be honest. He wasn't all the way there.
Andrevius wasn't with that peace treaty. I'm telling you right now. Andrevius wanted all the smoke.
Oh,
but listen, we can have good conversations and we can debate and whatever. And all I want is for
level 2 noob sighting. Level 2 noob sighting.
What? Oh, there he is. There's the homie.
He said he just posted on Twitter. He said, "For real, can we just start the season already? I'm tired of everyone arguing the same tired take every day." He just tweeted that, and then he came up here. I'm like, he must have been watching my show.
I think it was great today. Wilding Out Wednesday.
I thought it was a great show today.
I couldn't wait.
To be honest with you, when I tried to do the final take the first time, it got
good.
Lewis and EM were like, nope, I gotta come up here. I gotta say something.
No peace treaties.
Von Joe says, wait, the peace treaty is done?
Yes, Von Joe. Listen, I tried, right? But people take your kindness for weakness, and they call you flip-floppers. They call you all kind of stuff. So I'm back at their neck.
He said, F it. I'm not trying to be in this PC world. I'm just gonna do me.
No,
I'm not going to adapt to these people. Sean Kane Wayne Stacks salute. Level 2 noob said. Level 2 noob's the guy. Protect your neck. BG said. All right, my final thought of the day is this. I don't care what y'all think about me. I am here to service the majority of the fan base. And I love almost everybody, man. I think everybody has something to offer. I don't have to like you, but I can definitely have love for you. And everybody's like, that contradicts itself. No, that's just the type of person I am. And there are a lot of people don't necessarily like that I got a lot of love for. You know, Lewis. But there's a lot of haters for Lewis.
They love me. They
hate you, man. I don't know what you're talking about.
You heard this. You heard the last gentleman. I forget his name, but you heard what he said. First name out of his mouth, Lewis. We need people like Lewis. You heard him.
Well, I think he was drinking. That sounded like he was day
The
drinking.
man is at work, Steven. The man is not drinking at work.
Level 2 noob. Level 2 noob says, "Oh crap, we hating on Steven now? Yeah, F that guy."
There you go.
He said, "I'm never on a panel, but I appreciate you and the show, Steven. I appreciate you, Mikey. Thank you."
There you go.
Thank you, man. Steven, I'm waiting to get serviced, Ron said. Hey, Ron, Mikey, sign up to become members of the channel, man. Become part of the family officially. That, you guys, we have 3 different tier memberships, and the lowest one is like $2.99 a month. All right. It helps. It goes such a long way, gentlemen. Become a member. Let people know that we're here and strong and loud and proud. Yeah, man, my final thought is I am kind of waiting for the season to start. It is definitely in that we're in that time now where can we not talk about the same thing 50 million times? I feel like we're in that mode. But yeah, man, I enjoy the show. I like the fans that do this. William Perry says, Steven, are you ever going to text me back? You told me to message you, and I've been left on red.
Whoa. Talk about it, Steven. Talk about it.
Well, see, this is why we needed a golf show. Level 2 Noob, you are more than happy to host a golf show on my channel. If you ever want to, the platform is here for you. Stephen D is forever the man, and Lewis, we got to meet up, bro, Till Dog said. Be real with you, I am waiting for week 1, man, or week 3, first home game. That's really what I'm waiting for. Are you going to be at the first home game?
I'm in the building. I'm in the building for Denver. So far, I'm in the building for Denver. Fan Fest weekend against Carolina.
Hey, we should all some of the people that are up here. We should put together some money to do an Airbnb and just get a big Airbnb and just hang out for the weekend.
I'm with it. I'm definitely with it.
If we get enough people in the right place, we can probably get something for a good price.
Steven, see what we got to do. We got to get on a phone call with Bon Joe. Bon Joe's told me he ain't going to no games.
He said, I'm not going to no games for me this year, Stephen D.
I got to get.
You know, if it wasn't for you, Von Joe, we wouldn't have won the Bills game.
Facts. Facts.
You were the deciding person in the building, Von Joe.
What happened with Von Joe on the street?
You gotta come.
We need Von Joe. No, listen, I before I go to Miami, I will drive my happy ass to Orlando.
William Perry says, I feel gaslit girlfriend at this point.
Whoa.
William, I love you. I will respond. I promise. I promise I will.
I'm going to pick up Von Joe.
We should definitely do something like that this year. I think that would be dope. Cruz Ruiz says #answer William Perry. We're putting hashtags on it now. Really? That's what we're doing. You guys are great. That's the best part of the show is honestly the fans, and I want more, and I can't grow without y'all's help. So keep it going, man. Keep it going. Let people know that we're here. Share the link. Tell people about the channel. There will be a time that we have 200, 300 people up here consistently, and it's going to be good. Lewis, don't waste your gas just for a tour of my house because I ain't going nowhere. LOL. Bon Joe, you got to at least go to Fan Week. Yeah, see? You got to come to Fan Week, Bon Joe.
Real.
Bon Joe.
I'm telling you, I will go and kidnap that man. He is coming with me down to Miami. I promise you that.
You got to come to Fan Club Weekend.
Bon Joe will be there.
An apron a day keeps the heater away. What?
I'm selling aprons, Steven. I know you've seen them. They're out there.
You said you're sending me one.
Oh, you won't?
You said you were sending me one.
I can. Hey, I'll show everybody right now. It's a little dark. There it is.
Okay, you sending me one, right?
I got you. I got you one.
I need a size medium. I mean, extra, extra large.
Listen, I got it, man. I'm gonna get you one. See, but I'm sending you one just because you're my friend. There's people like EM that I've been cooking for months. He's getting one autographed. Ennis, Fred is definitely getting one. There's a bunch of guys that I'm sending one because
I don't know if I want an autograph. It might devalue the product.
That's cap.
Lewis got aprons now. Yes. Oh my goodness, Stephen D. I'm gonna have a retreat at my spot real soon. All the heavy hitters are invited. Hey man,
there you go.
Do you think I'm a heavy hitter? You feel that way about me, EM?
Steven, see what EM is. It's a retreat, right? But in the middle of the retreat, there's a boxing ring or an MMA cage, and he's just trying to get everybody in there, and we're going to blows. I know what EM
I don't
does.
fight. I'm not a fighter. I'm a lover.
Come on, bro. We got protective headgear and everything. We're just
Level 2 says, "Don't go." That's where EM hides the bodies. Oh man, y'all are crazy, man. When is Fan Club Weekend? Ron asks. It is the Carolina Panthers game. It is October 15th because the week after is the Philly Finvasion. And I hope to see a lot of you at the Philly Finvasion. That's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be good times. So yeah, the Philly Finvasion is the October 22nd, I believe, that the very next weekend. So October 15th, I think, is Fan Club Weekend. And if you've never been to Fan Club Weekend, it's going to be it's the best. All the fans from all over the world come to it. There's a couple thousand, and there's from like official fan clubs. But it's great because you get a lot of we do a lot of stuff in Dana Beach. I think, Dana Beach or Hollywood Beach, whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And we usually go to whatchamacallit, Bow Campers. But the one place that we go to is closing. The Bow Campers in near Dana Beach or Fort Lauderdale, I guess, right, is closing. So I don't know where they're doing it this year. I got to get that info, Steven. Yes, it's going to be good. Barring unforeseen circumstances. So you're going to be at the Carolina game, right, Lewis?
I will definitely be there. I'm in the building so far for, like I said, home opener, Carolina, and Monday night versus Tennessee.
All right. Well, I'm in the building for home opener, Carolina for Fan Club Weekend, and maybe 2 or 3 others.
We got to get down to Buffalo, week 17, last game of the season. I feel like that game is probably going to get flexed, maybe like a Saturday night game, primetime game.
You got to remember, I'm hosting 3 games this year. I'm doing the Philly game in Philly.
No one cares.
You suck. I'm doing the Washington game in Washington, December 1st or December 2nd, whatever that is, and then New Year's Eve in Baltimore.
Jet. Oh, you're doing, yeah. Oh, I thought you were doing Black Friday for the Jets.
I don't know, man. That's so tough to kind of be like, hey, I want to, but it's the day after Thanksgiving. That's a tough, like, I can't go the day before. I can't go on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, that sucks.
I could take a train up there probably and do it. I don't know. Yeah, I haven't decided about the MetLife takeover. I want to do it. But it's a 3:00 game in the afternoon, I think. I think I could take a train early in the morning on Friday and get up there for the game.
I don't know.
I don't know. But
it's all about the Hard Rock.
It is all about the Hard Rock. I'm excited. It should be good. You guys are the best. Tomorrow is Throwback Thursday, which means my man Cameron 954 is in the building, I believe. So we should be good there. We're going to talk some baseball tomorrow. I don't know what else we're going to talk about. Probably baseball.
Hey, my man Randy, I heard you having problems with his name yesterday.
Say
Randy,
it again.
Arroz Arena.
Arroz Arena is my favorite player in baseball right now. True story.
He's the truth.
He is my favorite player in baseball. I do have a difficult time with his last name. Say it again. Arizona.
Well, if you just want to, Arroz Arena.
Arroz Arena. Arroz Arena. Arroz Arena. Arroz Arena.
That's it.
That's my guy, bro.
Randy Arroz Arena.
I think he's one of the biggest personalities in baseball right now, and he's awesome. He's awesome. Love him.
Hey, what's this kid? This kid De La Cruz or whatever from Cincinnati.
Yo,
he's
that
a
dude's
monster,
a beast.
dude.
He's a monster, man. I like him a lot. They Rosa Arena. True memorabilia said. But man, nobody's as good as my boy Adley Brutchman. My man in the home run derby hit from the right side, and then in his bonus hit every single pitch from the left side of the plate.
Yeah.
You know how boss that is, bro?
That is boss. I ain't gonna lie.
Dude, that is... I need people to understand, even if you don't watch baseball, nobody in the history of the home run derby has ever done that. And he did it. It's so sad he didn't move on. He lost by 1, but man, and he lost to, I think it was Lewis Robert, who just, man, that man looks like he can just
kill
kick it out.
baseball.
Oh my God. Like no other.
But who's your best baseball player at currently right now?
Who's my favorite, or who do I think is the best?
Who's the best in your opinion right now?
Shohei Ohtani.
It has to be Ohtani. It has to be.
Ohtani's the best player to ever play the game, period.
Whoa. No, I can't go that far.
I can. The man is on, like, he can win 20 games this year and hit for 30 home runs.
He already got 32.
So if he's at 32 already,
he could go for 50.
He could go for 60. Games.
Yeah.
He could hit 60 home runs and win 20 games in the same season. And he's only gotten better every year. Shohei Ohtani is the best player to ever play the game of baseball, and I don't even think it's close.
Wow.
I don't even think it's close.
I mean, I don't know. I can't go ever. I can say he's the best baseball player now for sure, definitely. But
Who's the
I
best
don't know.
baseball player ever?
Well, I'm not that old, and I'm not a real big historian. From my eyes, though, and again, I know everybody wants to say about the steroids, but Barry Bonds, in my opinion, was when Barry was in Pittsburgh.
All right, so
3 MVPs.
I got you.
300 hitter.
He was great.
I mean, could
All right,
play the field.
Here's the thing about Barry, right? And forget the steroid talk, because I don't even bring up steroids anymore. As far as I'm concerned, 99% of the players that played from 1987 to 2003 all use steroids.
Agreed.
Every last one.
Agreed.
I know there's probably 2 or 3 in there that did not. I won't say 100%, but I'll say 95 to 99% of them did. But with all that being said, he did something that is absolutely amazing. He took, I think it was like 3 walks an entire season, or 3 strikeouts. I think, was it 3 strikeouts?
The entire season.
The entire season or something like that.
Yep.
That's insane.
It's incredible.
Insane. He was walked like 197 times, struck out 3 times, and got a bazillion hits and a buttload of home runs.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know how accurate those numbers are, but I know it's somewhere in that range. Like it's ridiculous what it was. I get he's the best hitter of all time. Although people can say Ichiro might be a better hitter than he was.
Well, there was a lot of good hitters, because look at a guy like Miggy Cabrera.
There's power hitting, pure swing.
Well, I'm just talking about the all-around game, though.
Well,
Again,
and then it's got to be Shohei Ohtani, because he could throw a 98-mile-an-hour fastball. He can win games for you every 5th day. He could go in the Hall of Fame as a pitcher and as a hitter.
Well, wasn't didn't Babe Ruth do the same thing? Wasn't he a pitcher hitter?
Babe Ruth, I think in the year the couple of years he pitched, I think he didn't win that many games those years. That's why he didn't pitch his entire career. He was a better hitter.
Okay.
And Ted Williams is great. I saw Ron said Ted. Ted was amazing, right? Only player to bat over 400 in a season.
Well, what about durability? Where does that because you look at the guy that comes from your city, Cal Ripken Jr.
I love Cal.
I mean, the man played over 3,000 straight consecutive games without missing a
It was
game?
over 2,000 something, but or what is
I mean, that has to stand for something.
Cal. I can't type or spell right now.
I mean, durability has to stand for something.
Yes, it
and
does.
especially
Say that you're the best player of all time.
Well, no, I'm not saying best player all time. Well, I just don't know. For me, I can't put Ohtani there yet. He's definitely the best right now, but I don't know if I can go greatest of all time.
Consecutive games, 2,632 games played.
In baseball where there's 162 games.
Yeah, it's insane. It's a streak that will never be broken.
Oh, that will never be touched.
Never.
I agree.
But to not say that Shohei Ohtani is the best player ever, I mean, he's definitely the best player in the world right now. He's the best player to play in the last 15 years. Easy. You can make maybe an argument for Barry, but he's no Shohei Ohtani.
Where do you think Ohtani ends up?
As the best player of all time in Japan and
I'm talking about his contract is over after this season. Where do you think he ends up?
So I have a couple of theories about where Shohei Ohtani ends up. First place is staying right there in LA. I think that the Angels, if they don't trade him before the trade deadline, they're going to do everything they can to try to re-sign him and keep him. I don't think that they're going to ultimately be successful with it, but they're going to make a damn good run at it. And you should, right? If they trade him before the trade deadline, it is a 2-month rental essentially for whatever team gets him. But you get 3 things out of it. You get 2 months of the greatest player in the world playing for your team. You get to make a run. You get essentially a starting number 1 caliber pitcher and one of the best hitters in all of baseball. You get 2 for the price of 1. Right? It's not like you're just trading for a pitcher or just trading for a hitter. And so, I think that makes a thing. But what is the team going to give up for a player with only 2 months and no guarantee that player stays? Right? So when we saw Manny Machado get traded from the Orioles to the Dodgers, it was a 5-for-1 deal, right? 5 players, one deal. So you got to think about that. That's probably what a 2-month rental will cost. And essentially 4 out of those 5 are going to be, top 20 players in your organization in the minors. So is a team ready to give up some of the best talent that they have in the minors for a 2-month rental?
I doubt it.
There might be a team. The team I would love to see, and I'm a homer, would be the Orioles. I would love to see the Orioles do it. They have the farm system to do it. And they're the 3rd or 4th best team in baseball right now. And they know they're not going to re-sign them, but it would be a great 2 months for Baltimore Oriole fans. Like, it would be amazing, right? I would love to see a small market team say, screw it, we're going to take him for 2 months. We know we're not going to re-sign him, but it'll be a fun 2 months in that city, right? But ultimately, you got to think Cubs, Dodgers, Mets, Yankees. Those are the teams that are probably going to go after him. If the Padres lose in the next 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a majority of their games, Juan Soto's gone. I don't see Juan Soto staying in San Diego. Not when they have Manny Machado's contract and all the other ridiculous contracts that they have there.
But Soto didn't sign a contract extension with the Padres?
Soto did, but what is San Diego doing if they're not winning at all?
I mean,
they're essentially spending way more money than they have. Ohtani has I saw what Level 2 Noob said. Ohtani wants to stay on the West Coast. There's a wild card in all of this, and I think that's the Seattle Mariners. Seattle Mariners could step in and say, hey, we're willing to do it. And could you imagine a lineup with Julio Rodriguez and Shohei Ohtani? That would be a fun lineup to look at.
What do you think that contract looks like for Ohtani, Steven? Because we've seen
next year?
Yeah, we've seen hitters get over $300 million. We've seen pitchers hit $300 million. If this guy can do both, do you see a scenario where Ohtani is signing a $600 million deal somewhere?
I think
Do you think it gets
I think 600 million's the minimum.
Really?
Yeah, I think that's the floor for him.
Bro, that's a lot of money, bro.
It's the greatest player of all time, essentially, maybe in the history of sports. Like, that's what he is right now. Like, he doesn't have the championships. I get that, right? He's not Jordan. He's not LeBron. He's not Tom Brady. He's not Joe Montana. I get it. I understand that. But coming from a pure talent standpoint and in baseball contracts, A, are all guaranteed. They're all fully guaranteed. B, they tend to go up all the time. And right now, I want to say Juan Soto, Bryce Harper, Manny Machado, and Mike Trout probably all have the biggest contracts in Major League Baseball right now. And you're looking at a $2 or $300 million, a $400 million, and Trout either has 400 or 500 mil, something in that range.
I thought it was 425 for Trout.
Yeah,
Something
yeah.
like
So
that.
if Trout got 425 and he's just a hitter, right, and a really good center fielder, great center fielder to be fair, right? What is somebody going to do for a starting pitcher, and essentially the best hitter in baseball? So, I mean, you got to think it's going to be a 7-year, 6 to 8 year deal. And I think it could be the floor is going to be 600 mil.
Wow.
And personally, I could see a world. The people think I'm crazy for saying this, and maybe I am. But he could be the first $1 billion contract player.
Damn.
In America. Why not? He could get $1 billion easy. The Yankees could afford it. The Mets could probably afford it.
The Dodgers could definitely afford it.
The Dodgers could afford it. The Cubs might be able to afford it. I don't know. But those three teams right there could definitely afford $1 billion. And even if it's not $1 billion, they could afford 800 or 900 mil. Right? So if the Yankees and the Mets and the Dodgers are all in if they're all, why wouldn't Shohei Ohtani want to go play for the Yankees? Could you imagine what that would do to his brand? Look what Hideki Matsui did when he played for the Yankees. His brand went up in Japan and in the U.S. If Shohei Ohtani went to play for the Yankees, it wouldn't even be funny. He'd be the most branded athlete in the history of baseball. He would get all the publicity deals. It would be amazing. I hear what you're saying, Noob, that he wants to be on the West Coast. I understand that. But there's only two. I don't see the Angels being able to. If they don't trade him, they're going to do everything in their power to keep them. But I think it'd be stupid for them not to trade him, because I don't think he's going to resign there.
See, I agree with that. I think the Angels should trade him, because I'm kind of with you, Steven. I don't see him
build up your farm system. As far as I'm concerned, I'll be real with it. You couldn't win it with the best two players in the game, and Mike Trout and Shohei Ohtani. You had 2 or 3 years to do it. You didn't get it done. Okay?
Yeah.
Their best move as a franchise is to do exactly what the Orioles did. Clean house, go 3 years of losing 100 games, build up your farm system because of a lot of these trades, get get number 1 overall draft picks because you're the worst team in baseball for 2 years, and build up your farm system. The Orioles have the number 1 farm system because they cleaned house with Manny Machado. They got rid of Zach Britton. They lost, all those players from that 2014, 2012, from those 2012, 2014 teams. They traded everybody away. They got rid of Buck Showalter, all those things. They cleaned house, and when that went down, Lewis, they got to build up their farm system, and I think they had the number 1 overall pick 2 years in a row. So, and Jackson Holiday being one of them, who's still in the minors there. Matt Holiday's son, who plays shortstop. But I mean, look at them now. They're the 3rd best team, 4th best team in baseball right now. They still have the top A lot of their players have been called up, but they still have a buttload of players in their farm system, and they're still considered the number one farm system in the majors. And they can bring up possibly more people to the majors this year. I think the Orioles are probably set to be one of the best teams in baseball for the next 5 to 7 years. For the first time, I can't remember me ever really thinking that as an Orioles fan, and I'm excited about it. But, another team, that I think would be really cool to see Shohei Ohtani end up to is Miami. I would love to see Miami go after him. I don't think they will, but could you imagine Shohei Ohtani in South Florida with Lionel Messi, with Tua?
I get it. See, I get that market perspective. And one thing I did like is the 2-month rental. Listen, we all know I'm a Tampa Bay Rays fan. I live down here in Tampa. I would love to see Ohtani for 2 months down here. Listen, we've been a consistent division winner, playoff contender.
My dream as a baseball fan is to see a small market team get him for 2 months. They have
I would love the Rays again.
It's their only time they're ever going to be able to get a player of that caliber in their city, because they'll never be able to afford the contract. You absorb the contract that he's currently has right now, whatever is left over.
Mm-hmm.
You deplete your farm system. But if you're in the Orioles case, you call up the people that you need to the majors, you deplete what's left of your farm system, or a little bit more of your farm system, and you trade the hell out of them.
1,000%.
And you go after him, and you try to sign him there, but he's not going to sign. Like, I would love to see. I mean, could you imagine if Miami, Tampa Bay, Baltimore, Kansas City, if any one of those teams got somebody like Shohei Ohtani for 2 months, it would be.
Well, I don't even care about Kansas City, but like to Miami's playing well. They're looking like they're probably going to make the playoffs. Tampa Bay, Baltimore, right? Those kind of teams, ran up a guy like that for 2 months. Because let's just put it in Baltimore or Tampa Bay scenario, right? That guy could probably take you over the top, and who knows? Okay, you're going to lose him in 2 months, but let's say you get a World Series out of it.
All right, so nobody from the AL Central is really going to go after him. Astros might try to go, but nah. The Rangers are essentially probably one of the best teams in baseball, and I just don't see them trading their farm system. Tampa Bay, Baltimore, and the Yankees are probably the 3 teams in the American League
that would go after.
And again, the dark horse is the Mariners, right? They're 6 games out of first. They're 1 game above 500. I think they'd have to win a lot in the next 2 weeks. They'd have to win 80% of their games in the next two weeks in order for them to consider making a trade and depleting their farm system for somebody like that. In the National League, Atlanta, that would be a fun 2-month rental in Atlanta. Shohei Ohtani. Miami Marlins are 8.5 games back, but they're 53-39. Right? So, I think they're the number 1 wild card team right now.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going to make the playoffs, as is, I would think. Philadelphia is 48-41. They could do it. The Mets are losing. They're 18.5 games out of first, the Mets.
Yeah, it's over for the Mets.
The Mets, in my opinion, shouldn't do it. They should be like, we're not going to trade for you, but in the offseason, we're going to try to sign you. Right? So the Mets shouldn't do it. Cincinnati Reds. Could you imagine the Cincinnati Reds with Shohei Ohtani? That would be cool. And then obviously the Dodgers sitting at 51-38. The Padres have a losing record. I don't think it would make sense for them to deplete what they have to go after Shohei Ohtani for a trade.
Yeah, I don't think even with the Dodgers record, I don't think the Dodgers would make a trade when they know they're in the running for him in the offseason anyway.
Yeah, so I think Padres and the Dodgers shouldn't trade for him. But I think a small market team should. And I could see somebody like Cincinnati, Atlanta, Miami, and then Baltimore, Tampa, and maybe Texas. Yeah. That any of those teams get Shohei Ohtani for a 2-month rental, I will be glued to my television for those 2 months for those teams, for that team.
Absolutely,
I'll watch all
absolutely
the
right.
games for that team. Because it'll be cool. It'll be fun. And I, along with everybody, will know they're not going to re-sign him. He's going to go somewhere else. And you got to be okay with that as a franchise. That's the other thing too. You got to be okay with that. You know, and here's the other thing too. If unfortunately the Angels owner is a bit of an idiot and will probably be selling the team as soon as he trades Ohtani. So who the hell knows what he's going to want for him? Level 2 Noob says there's 5 teams. Everyone has Ohtani. Are the Mets? They're on the East Coast. Mets and Yankees. They're on the East Coast, so they're out. And their other 3 teams are Dodgers, Giants, Mariners. Ohtani won't leave the West Coast. We're not talking about signing right now at this point. I mean, we were a few minutes ago. Basically, what Lewis and I are talking about, though, are who's going to trade for him for 2 months.
Rent him.
Who's going to rent him for 2 months? And I would love to see any of those teams. Like, I could 100% see that. I mean, let's see here. Top farm systems in Major League Baseball. Farm system rankings in Major League Baseball right now. Orioles are 1. Dodgers are 2. Dodgers could do it if they have the second best minor league. So I guess I won't throw them out. Although it would be stupid for them to do that when they could just bid
Sign
for
them
him
in the offseason.
Yeah. So, I mean, look, Arizona Diamondbacks, Cleveland Guardians, the Cincinnati Reds.
There you go.
I would love to see Shohei Ohtani in Cincinnati. That would be a fun 2 months. Tampa Bay Rays, number 6.
We got it. We always have a strong farm system.
Are you willing to give up 3, 4 really great prospects for 2-month rental?
Absolutely, because I think this roster.
I think he would put the Tampa Bay Rays over the. He would bring you guys a World Series.
We could get one. We could win it. We have a legitimate chance. You put Ohtani with this lineup, right? And from the perspective of every 4 to 5 days, you got a starting pitcher. On top of that, yeah, bro, I make that move with a heartbeat, and I try. Bro, we've been close. We've been to a World Series. We get to the divisional round in the playoffs and stuff. Why not? I do it. Absolutely. And again,
the Angel GM just said a couple of days ago that it's very unlikely they will trade Ohtani. He doesn't think they're out of striking range of the playoffs. So trade deadline in Major League Baseball is what? July or August 1st is trade deadline in Major League Baseball is August 1st. So that's essentially 3 weeks. If the Angels lose a majority of their games over the next 2 weeks, he will be on the phone talking to every team in baseball who wants a chance at Shohei Ohtani for 2 months.
Absolutely.
If they win a majority of their games for the next 2 weeks, then yes, it is likely that he could say, screw it, we'll just keep him. But why, if you have a feeling that you're not going to be able to re-sign him, why wouldn't you trade him? It'd be stupid for them not to trade him. It would benefit your farms. It would give a jump start to your farm system in the rebuild. You know, it just would. So I think they should. Steven, the owner is selling the team, so he might not be that concerned with building the farm system, Ron Levy says.
I would trade Ohtani and Mike Trout, in my opinion. I'll be honest. I would trade Mike Trout as well.
What is Mike Trout's contract then?
I believe it's $425. It's either $425 or $475. I know there's a 5 at the end of it and a 4 in front of it. I just don't know the number in between.
Oh, no, he's there for the long term. Mike Trout, 12 years, $426 million.
Yeah.
With a $20 million signing bonus that he signed in March of 2019.
I would try to come off that contract too.
Who's paying $425 million though?
Somebody would.
The Dodgers, the Yankees, and the Mets, and maybe Seattle. San Diego could do it, but they have Manny Machado and Juan Soto's contract right now.
Okay,
So they're going to
we
pay
all know
three
these baseball
players
teams will make money.
$1.3 billion for three players. That'd be dumb.
Okay, well, some people call it dumb. Some people just would call it smart. I mean, it don't matter. What I'm saying is, I think that Angels
Trout's not
should
worth
be
the
in
money
full.
he got.
Not at this point. But again, remember when Albert Pujols left the Cardinals, and he went? I forgot, where did he go?
Played for the Dodgers for a little bit. He played.
No, but when he left the Cardinals, they gave him the bag. Somebody gave him the bag, and he was already old.
Mike Trout stats the last few years are.
That's where Pujols went. He went to the Angels. You remember?
Yeah, Angels. There you go.
And the Angels, and he was already 30+ years old. He got a 10-year contract over 300-something million.
All right, Mike Trout, who's been in the league since 2011, his last 3 years, 8 home runs, 40 home runs, 18 home runs, 18 RBIs, 80 RBIs, 44 RBIs, and that includes the last number I'm giving you as part of this year. He did win the MVP award in 2022. No, he didn't. He didn't. He did not. He was 8th in voting. Never mind.
And Mike Trout is already shelved again this season, right? He's hurt right now?
Yeah, the last time he won an MVP was 2019, where he had 45 home runs and 104 RBIs. Last year, he was 8th in the MVP voting. Yeah, look, I don't think Angels have a favorable schedule the next few weeks. They have 3 against the Astros, and then they ease up against the Yankees, Pirates, and Tigers. If they lose those games, though, they are 100% on the phone. If they win a majority of those games, then it is plausible. He'll still field calls. He'd be stupid not to. And what if a team says, hey, we'll give you 6 of our top 20 prospects? 7 of our top 20 prospects.
And you figure there's going to be 1 or 2 major league starter ready players to come in as well in that deal. It's not only going to be prospects. You're going to get somebody that's going to hit the field this season. I would do it, man. I would trade Ohtani, and I would
baseball. I think it would be a big benefit to baseball to see him in a small market for 2 months. It'd be huge for them. It'd be huge for the game. But, that's a big wish. But I would love to see him in Baltimore, Cincinnati, or Tampa. That would be amazing. If he went to Tampa, they would automatically be the favorite. Just give him the trophy. Just give him the trophy.
I would love to see it.
I might fly down to come hang out with you just to go to a Tampa Bay game.
You should, man. You should come down here anyway when the Orioles come down here.
I've been to 18 major league stadiums, man.
It's a trash stadium, but Stephen D, I'm not going to lie to you. There's nothing better than sitting in 72-degree weather. Nothing better. The optics, I get it. Being inside a dome, the optics, where the stadium is kind of located.
Are you saying if I come that you will pick me up from the airport, let me sleep on your couch, feed me, and no?
First of all, there's no couch involved. I got a back spare bedroom. You have your own room with a bathroom in there and everything.
What?
All right, I will pick you. Bro, listen, Stephen, I'm outside right now. Listen, I got 2 acres of land, a 5-bedroom, 3-bathroom house. I got a spare bedroom in the back with a full-on bathroom suite that you can have.
It's got air conditioning because it's hot down there.
Bro, come on, Stephen.
You got
we ain't poor out here, Stephen.
I'm just saying.
Hey,
it gets hot.
Stephen,
I don't
you
know.
let me know.
I'll say, Lewis, it's not about being poor, okay? It's about being, look, when I've been to Solo's house that I've been to a million of times, okay?
All right.
I like it cold. I keep my house cold, okay? I live in Maryland. Solo lives in South Florida. Solo yells at me and gets it. Dude, do not touch my thermostat. Like, it's bad. If I put it under 70 degrees.
It's fine.
Actually, I think he keeps it at like 72 or 73. Maybe 74.
Yeah, no, we keep it usually.
How do
it's
you
at
keep your
72.
house at 74 degrees in South Florida? It should be at 68. Easy.
No,
I mean, what do you
usually
keep? What's your house temperature?
Inside my house?
Yeah. What do you keep your
Well,
thermostat at?
Between 70 and 72.
Got to keep it at 69, 68 if I come.
If you come, we got it at 69 or 68. Don't say 69 because two men in the house. Don't say 69.
All right, so we'll do 68 degrees. All right,
We'll do 68.
And how much are tickets to a game down there? They can't be that expensive.
Bro, 17, 18 bucks.
All right. If Shohei Ohtani goes to Tampa, I'm coming in. I'm coming down.
I got you.
I will come down for a weekend and we'll go to 2 games.
I'm down.
I'll fly in Friday morning. We'll go to a Friday night game and a Saturday game.
I'm with it. Like I said, the offer stands. You have my house.
Because I've never been to Tropicana Field. It's one that I haven't been to. I still need to do Atlanta's and Tampa's to get the entire East Coast done.
You should come down. Again, the optics, I'm not going to lie to you. In the area of St. Petersburg where it is.
It's a dump.
It's a dump. Well, they've done some remodeling inside. I mean, again, but there's nothing better. When it's raining, you can hear the rain falling, but it's still 72. The game's being played. There's nothing better.
DM says you got to wear a hoodie at my crib because I keep it cold. Same thing here. Flipside Fishing says, bro, my house is at 75. We Floridians, anything colder than 74, we putting on a sweater. Oh, my goodness. Steven, I think they call it central air conditioning. Color says the humidity causes lots of ACs to freeze over below 70 degrees.
Yeah, I keep it at 72. But.
Man, must suck to watch baseball in a poor man's stadium.
Come on, level 2 new. Come on, bro.
Oh my goodness. All right, we had a good baseball talk. I wasn't expecting to have that. Dude, I've tried to get off the show since it was 2 hours, and an hour and a half later we're still on.
It's my fault. My fault, man. I'm sorry. I'm getting out of here.
I got people to see.
Hey, peace, love, and vapor rub to all. You know what I'm saying? It's a great show as always. And just remember, Steven, there's a purge coming. All right? The peace treaty is over.
Mine is pegged at 79. I wouldn't talk about pegging anything, Color. I'm just saying, watch out now.
With the pegging conversation, I am out. I'll holler at y'all boys.
I love y'all. Y'all be good. Peace.
Now we improvising. Go to get in the winter collar. Whole squad been trained to go. Biz for life, we throw the foe. Singing this just to welcome bro. To a time, to a time. Time to grind, time to shine. To a time, to a time. To a time, to a time. To a time, to a time. Time to grind, time to shine. To a time, to a time. To a time, to a time.